Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. It's random one-shot Wednesday at Into the Darkness, and tonight our scenario is entitled The Burden. It was written by Andy Roberts, and our game master is Josh Harwood. This is a one-shot, so it's just the one episode. So without any further delay, let's begin our journey into the darkness. Josh?
Thanks, Tom. Hey guys, Chris here. This is gonna sound cliche as fuck, but if you're watching this, I'm dead. Like, straight up gone. If I knew who it was, who did whatever to me, I would let you know, but I have been stalked for the past year. Someone has been watching me. I haven't been able to pinpoint who it was or even what it was. I have not a clue. But someone had been rummaging through my stuff, specifically my notebooks and everything relating to the incident 25 years ago. So whoever it is knows something, but I am not here to help you, but I need you guys to help me. You're the only ones who wouldn't want this getting out. If whoever did this to me knows and they could let this get out, and do you really want it to get out? Do you want it out in the open? Some of you might be more relieved. Some, it might ruin your careers, your life. I know it's 25 years, but the smallest things ruins a life. It's ruined mine. Yes, I have success. I have all of this. I have millions more than a lot of you, but I'm not happy. I wasn't happy. I'm still not happy. Damn. But please, I've got it all. It'll all be sorted. Just come to my island and figure out what the hell happened. Please. And that was a week ago. That was the will recording of Chris. He detailed various things. He left to certain people, but when it came to this point, everyone except from you guys had been removed from the room. Not even the lawyer or whatever was present. Only you people were present to hear this. He made it specifically clear. And he went into details about the incident and stuff like that. But yeah, you guys have been instructed. You've all come. You haven't seen each other for probably 24 years. You might have seen each other a bit for the first year after the incident, but you haven't seen each other since. And you are all in that room together. And there will be another tape which you can put in at any point. But you're all in this room. There's the five of you, and there is also Brian James as well.
I can't believe he's gone. I mean, he was kind of the glue that held us all together.
What was that about? Something stalking him?
I don't know. I haven't really been in contact with him for a while, and I don't know if he was... I don't know what state of mind he's been in.
Yeah. That's so weird. You think he had a stalker? You think someone
on an
wanted to do him
island,
in?
apparently, huh? I mean, that's where he died, right? On the island. Does anybody know for sure? He wants us to come to his island and figure out what's going on.
I mean, he was clearly afraid of for his life if he made this video with this knowledge that he was going to die, or suspicion that he was going to die.
Yeah.
But why bring up the past? Jesus,
I
it's
don't
been
know.
25 years. I don't know about you all, but I'm just trying to forget.
And what's that
I'd
got to
rather-
do with? What's that got to do with someone stalking him? I don't get it.
I know. Why bring us into this?
And why would there be anything written down? I don't have notebooks from 25 years ago that outline unfortunate events that none of us can go back and fix. So maybe he was behaving irrationally, and maybe his stalker is a figment of his deranged imagination. Although he wasn't, he was always a pretty stable presence when we knew him.
He was worth a lot of money. Maybe this is a financial motivation. But why drag us into it?
No, I have the stuff that happened 25 years ago, we've all managed to put it in our background and not bring it up again. And now he's bringing it up. And what if, I mean, we all consider him a pretty good guy. What if his conscience is such that even in death, all of it's going to be revealed? What if he kept records of everything? Maybe we need to get to that island and see what the hell is going on.
I think that'd be best. I certainly don't want anything that happened that night to come out. I'm ready to just be done with that. That is a closed chapter, and I just want to get through this. I don't know how you guys feel, but I just want to get through this.
Of course.
I'm the last person that wants to revisit it. My girlfriend died that night. So
yeah, we've all built lives. Yeah.
It was just a prank. It was us kids fooling around, and I mean, it was never meant to go anywhere.
Well, it was stupid kids in a stressful situation that they didn't understand or know how to deal with, and it went bad.
But isn't it like for the law, it's the statute of limitations never runs out on
Not on murder.
if they find out that it's, well, I mean, it wasn't a murder, but
It was an accident.
I mean, we were involved, but I think now we would get in trouble because we didn't say anything.
Even if it's accidental, if you cause it, isn't that some degree of murder? Statute of limitations doesn't run out on that.
Manslaughter. It's still, yeah. The thing is that we didn't say anything about it, which that's probably the bigger violation right there.
Certainly looks suspicious if we didn't speak up at the time, although we all had our reasons.
If we say we were stupid kids and we just were afraid, they'll say, well, we're not stupid kids now. Why didn't we come forward eventually?
So there is another tape in the middle of this table that you're all around.
You want to see what's on this?
You all, while you're speaking, you all just glance at it because it's just, it's just another look at him. And
Should anybody know how he died?
I don't know how he died. Does anyone know?
I don't know. Maybe it had something to do with who was stalking him.
Yeah.
Keeper, how did Chris look in that first video? Was he haggard and sleepless? Was he
had bags under his eyes. His beard was very scruffy. His hair was long and out. And you know that Chris always kept his hair short, even because you still saw him around because he was on billboards and on just around. You always saw his face, and he still was very clean shaven, nothing. But no, he wasn't in that video.
And you say tape? Is this a VHS?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
VHS.
What year is it? What?
82.
It's 2007.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
82 is
right.
when the events took place.
I wonder if the condition of his will was that we wouldn't even be viewing this unless he came to some kind of foul play or there was suspicion of it. Like,
That's kind of what it sounded like,
if
right?
he died of an illness, maybe we wouldn't even be watching this.
Well, hands trembling a little bit. I'm going to eject the first cassette and put in the other one.
Do we have any alcohol?
Start it up.
I need a drink.
Lucas.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so
And
will
playing
you
the part of Stu tonight will be Holly.
Thank you.
So will you put in the other tape? And again, you see Chris, but he's kind of sat there. His eyes are closed, and I wasn't expecting to make another one, but I had to attach it because James is dead as well. I don't know if any of you would have heard. My friend James, he died. Accidents, apparently. But don't you all just regret that night? The fire killed 3 people.
Here it comes.
Jesus.
We all killed the 3 people. No, I'm sorry. The 4 people. Yes, a 4th person was killed. Nick's mother died that night as well.
The fuck?
Did any of y'all know that?
No.
Does that have anything to do with us? Would she die of a broken heart? But who the fuck is James?
Died of fright. I mean,
James Carrot, the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah, okay. He's one of your friendship group. Yeah.
So, yeah.
So
Unpause the cassette.
yeah. But yeah, a 9-year-old girl died.
See, he's having regrets about everything, and now he's gonna turn us all in.
Why do you? I'm sorry, but I documented everything. If you come, when you come,
Luke. You called
everything is here.
Son of a bitch.
You all can't remember me being in that house, but I was in most of the places. Because I was making sure there was some proof if any of us had doubts. We could just send it, and it'd be over. But no, we all live this lie, and now we have to face it. Well, I've already faced it. I'm dead if you've seen this. So now you've got to face it. Just come to my island, Angel's Rest, and I hope you find truth there.
I hope you find that whatever evidence he has.
Amen.
Done that into a fire too.
You know, we've spent all this time making lives for ourselves, despite that night. And he has to have whatever stupid midlife religious conversion or whatever the hell this is.
this is bullshit.
I mean, I don't know about all of you, but I can guess. I mean, we're human beings. Of course, we felt guilty about everything that happened, but we were just stupid kids, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
What
And listen,
would bringing that information to light even gain anyone anymore? It's been 25 years. What would that even accomplish?
It's like being married to a woman for 50 years and then on your deathbed telling her that you cheated on her. It's like, what's the point other than breaking her heart? You know, what's the point? It's been 25 years. Why bring it up?
exactly. Though she had a heart condition. It didn't matter. All right. It was a freaking accident.
Will, you knew about that?
It was just an accident. I mean, it's not, nobody was murdered. She didn't get murdered.
What
Was
did she die?
was she there that night?
No. I went to go get that stupid book, and she was there, and
Oh fuck.
startled her, I guess, and she passed out. But it wasn't me. You can't pin that on me. She had a heart condition. Chris can't do that. I'm not gonna get blamed for somebody dying because they had a heart condition.
You couldn't take that to court, Will. I don't think you need to worry about that. It's the other thing we have to worry about.
Are you talking about the book that was all part of the gag to scare Nick?
Yeah. When I got that, and she was there, and you can't pin that on me. She had a condition, and that's bullshit for Chris to be saying that. I'm sorry, I had to say it. That's bullshit.
It's been so long. I barely remember. I guess you block things that you don't want to think about. I remember the plan was we were going to go in there. We were going to scare the shit out of Nick because of what he did to Melissa.
It just got out of hand. It was just to teach him a lesson. You don't want to turn your friends into the cops for whatever they did. So we were just trying to scare him.
But I remember the book. I remember somehow, Will, you got knocked out. I remember you lying on the floor. I got knocked out, I think, as I recall. I
did too.
Well, yeah. You don't want to know what I recall. Let's go to
why are we reliving the past? Let's stop reliving the past over this. Jesus.
So are we supposed to book a flight?
I assume the lawyers have something for us if Chris set all this up.
Yeah, he better have paid for this.
Yeah,
can afford it.
After you finish watching the video tapes, the lawyer will come back in once you get, because he would have told you to give him a clear when you finish watching him. He would come in, he would hand you an envelope. It has prepaid tickets.
Is there more on the tape?
No, that was it. It was just him rambling about all that. It was kind of him having a breakdown almost. But yeah, you've got the tickets. Also, you are to meet Detective Hank Gibson at Angelique.
The police into this?
I mean, I can't imagine that they'd have any jurisdiction over what happened here 25 years ago. So even if he's been really indiscreet, but I have a public career. Like, even if rumors about this come out, I'm screwed.
Well, I don't exactly have a clean record either. I mean, I've been involved in drugs, and I've gone to jail. I mean, I never shot anybody or used a gun, but
presumably the detective's there to figure out what happened to Chris, right? We don't know what happened to him. He said he had this stalker.
This sounds like a setup.
Right. The stalker.
Does the lawyer know anything? I'm going to ask the lawyer. Do we know the cause of Chris's death? Is that listed in a report anywhere?
I haven't been told anything.
Okay.
I had everything already. It was all very secretive. He paid a lot more than I would usually charge for all of this. So.
Right.
How hard is it to know what the man died of? Jesus Christ.
Well,
he was really famous too. Is there no reports? Any articles? He was a very wealthy man.
Multi-millionaire.
Yeah, a millionaire is not what it used to be.
He's rosebudding us.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's rosebudding us. He wants us to go and play Scooby-Doo. He probably offed himself because he was going out of his mind.
Eccentric son of a bitch.
Well, here's the thing, look, because I've had some run-ins with the law.
Yeah.
You can't lie to them. If you lie to them, they'll figure it. They'll ask you questions that they already know the fucking answer to. And they're just trying to catch you in a lie.
We need some kind of united front on this. if they're going to start asking questions about that night, we all need to have the same story.
We don't need to have any story at all. We don't remember anything that night.
Right.
I was 18, you were 17. It was 25 years ago. It was traumatic, and we can't answer anything. Sorry, officer, I don't know. I don't recall.
Good
Works
idea,
in Congress.
Danny. Right. Good idea.
We barely got out with our own lives with
That's
that
right.
fire.
Exactly.
We could say at least something along the lines of we were camping there and a fire started and we all escaped except them.
We were exploring a haunted house because we were kids. And somehow a fire started. We don't know how. We barely get out with our lives.
Right.
That's it. They don't need any details.
As you're all chatting, Brian has been quiet the entire time. He sat in the corner. He had a bottle of whiskey in his hand and he just dropped it. He just stood up and dropped it on the ground. He was like, I've had enough of this shit. Can we just get this over with? I don't really care. Who cares about that night? Do any of you care about that night?
So Brian was involved in also with this?
Yeah.
All right.
He, out of character, he would have been the other player. He's the sixth player character.
Yeah, it's not a question of whether we care about it or not. Obviously, we put it behind us, but the fact is the police won't. No. This could be, we could all end up incarcerated.
I care about what happened. People who didn't deserve what happened to them died. But
I didn't turn to drugs because I didn't feel guilty.
yeah.
I
Spent
a little girl died. It was very upsetting.
wasn't even supposed to bring her along.
Well, that's Nick for you.
Yeah.
Doing what he's not
Asshole.
supposed to do. That poor kid.
Quite frankly, I
he
would have
didn't have a
beaten
great life for the first 9 years.
Frankly, I would have beaten the shit out of him if I had.
Hey, Keeper, can you confirm what Nick's sister's name is?
Abby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even want to think about Abby. I agree with Brian. We should just get this over with.
Yeah.
No. I mean,
I have to make some phone calls. What's the window on these tickets? I mean, we all have to make arrangements.
yeah, I got to put my dog.
Yeah, I got my kids to take care of, and
Yeah.
Jesus, Victoria's going to love this.
I think that we should all make contingencies in case we don't come back. I mean, because we'd be incarcerated. But
Again, they don't have any jurisdiction on that island.
no, I know. Put your affairs in order, just in case.
Yeah, we should all write everything we remember down in a notebook and leave it lying around. Maybe some video cassette confessions. Son of a bitch. I wouldn't have thought Chris would be the one who fucked everything up.
No, I thought it would have been Lucas.
Me?
Shut up. Let's get out of here.
All right.
Okay. So you will make your arrangements however you need to. You've got a while for purposes. You had to, some of you live closer to Leicester than others, so that's where this was taking place. You all then will meet at one of the airports. There's fucking like 7 in England. You meet at
Heathrow.
We can go to Heathrow for you then. I was going to say Stansted, but we'll go Heathrow.
I didn't have a cat named Stansted. I had a cat named Heathrow.
So yeah, you depart from Heathrow and you'll go across the USA, then you will get a boat. I think you fly to USA, get to Antigua, then take a boat from Antigua to Angel's Rest.
Which is owned by what nation? I mean, it's a private island, but it's going to be under somebody's jurisdiction.
Is Antigua under French at this point?
What?
I'm pretty sure it's under French at this point.
88, you said 2000 something.
Yeah, because I know a lot of that area is French at this point. So yeah, I'll stick with French. I'm pretty sure it's French.
The name Angelique makes it sound French as well. This is the main city on the island.
Yeah, it's a very small, like fishing like spot. Basically, there's like only a few. There's probably like 30 people who live there. So
did Chris
nice.
own the island or something? I guess not. Just a big piece of property on it.
He owns how the private islands work is he owns like a 50% share in it or something like that. He's not like full owner, but it was basically his island. So yeah, you guys reach there. It's rough. It's a pretty rough journey there. You're all tired, but you reach the port of Angelique, and there's a lot of people just walking around, and they're in like a suit trousers and a shirt. He's not in a jacket, but there is a man there just waiting for you guys.
Oh, look,
What's the
there's a
cop's
man.
name again?
Detective Gibson. Hank Gibson. Yeah. It'd have been easy you would have found out from the lawyer he actually was a detective in Manchester, and then he was sent over here because over in England we send a lot of detectives over to the Caribbean to serve at some of the stations. So yeah.
I brought my camera just in case I wanted, because it's a tropical island. So
Okay, that's all. Whatever you wanted to bring with you, you brought with you. So, and yeah, Gibson is there, and he sees some of you. He's seen photos and stuff, so he kind of knows what some of you look like. It's like, one of you, Lucas Bellows.
That one.
So then we have Will Reed, Danny Delaney, which is pointing at. So Brian, Brian Plisson. So you're Will Reed, and I know you're Melissa Michaels, and so you must be Jessica. Nice to meet you all.
and
I'm
you are.
Hank Gibson.
Oh, you're the detective. That was some amazing detective work.
Detective Inspector Gibson.
So, Detective Inspector Gibson, can you tell us finally how Chris Stevens died?
Yeah, we seem to be in the dark.
Well, it will be reported that he died of natural causes, but he was shot.
Why is it going to be reported that he died of natural causes then?
Because really don't want a lot of fuss around these parts, but locals just don't want to deal with that, and a big high-profile man.
Bad for tourism.
Pretty much.
So,
Did you at least catch the guy who shot him?
No, but he's on the island, though, because no one's been off the island.
Well, thank God for that, I guess.
He or she. What kind of gun was it that he got shot with?
Well, it was actually his own gun. It's his father's service revolver or something in World War II.
How do you know it wasn't suicide?
Well, going by the angle and the fact where there's bullet holes, and there's like impressions around, and it looks like someone did forcefully come through the door, I don't think it was suicide.
So what are we here for, Detective?
Yeah.
Why are we here?
Well, apparently he wanted you to help solve his murder and not me. He was
Very odd.
He was a very strange man indeed.
not always.
Detective, could you tell us anything about another gentleman who passed recently, James Carote?
I heard about it from ramblings because I've had to deal with Chris's ramblings. I've had to come way over here on a number of occasions. I don't know the case. I just know he died.
So you know Chris?
Yes, I've had to deal with his behavior on a few occasions.
Did he hire you?
Not hired, but this island's technically under my jurisdiction, so anything that occurs here.
Are we going to the house or what?
Yes, I have my vehicle, so yeah, we can.
But just one?
There are 6 of us. I mean, 5 of us. Yeah, 6 of us.
Yeah, some of you, one of the locals will take you up there. So
Christ.
a couple of you will be walking, I'm afraid.
What? Walking?
It's not that far.
Which one's yours? Which car's yours?
This one over here.
I'm walking to it.
I'm telling you right now, if we get up there and Chris is alive and this is some elaborate hoax, I'm going to kill him.
Yeah.
No, he's for certain. I've seen his corpse. He's dead for sure.
You're a hired actor to tell us that. Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't interrupt you, Danny.
That's all right. How many shots did he take?
Well, 1 to the chest and 1 to the head.
That's not suicide.
Mm.
All right. It's this dirt track goes to his place.
Yeah. If you're walking, just head over there.
I'll walk.
How long
Yeah,
does it
I'll
take us
walk
to
too.
walk there?
I don't want to be stuck in a car. I'll walk.
I need to clear my head. I'll walk with
Sitting
you.
for hours at this point.
15, 20-minute walk. It's not too bad.
No.
We'll see you all up there.
Yeah, I'll walk too. Okay.
So,
Are there wild dogs on this island? No.
From the back of the car, I yell out, "Are we going? Come on!"
We're walking.
I shut the door. I'm going to wait for someone to drive me.
yeah, the detective comes in, and Brian's also got in the car because Brian doesn't want to walk either. So. Okay, we'll see you at the house.
I'm not going to leave Reed driving alone. I'll go with him.
Okay, so Lucas, Will, and Brian are in the car with the detective. So you guys go off. So Jess, Melissa, and Danny, you are together on the walk. You are guided by a man called Obi. That's who you'll be guided by. He's waiting.
Obi?
Obi, yes.
I assume that here by the boat landing, there's some sort of shops.
Yes. Mainly just basic resources. There's some rope, some fish, some
Is there
varying
rum or
meat.
something?
Oh, there's some like fresh rum, like proper island rum.
Yeah.
So.
If you guys will hold on a minute, we're gonna need a bottle or two, I'm sure.
Yes, most definitely.
I'm sure you're correct.
Yeah. All right. So with that in tow, OB, have you lived on the island a long time?
I've been in Angelique 10 years.
Seems like a nice, quiet place.
Yes, it's pretty quiet. I'm actually from the Dominican Republic. That is where I originate from. Yes.
That's a much more crowded place.
Yes, it's much quieter here, and I like it. And honestly, my master Chris, he paid a lot of money.
So did you work for Chris?
Yes, I went and did a bit of odd jobs around, did a bit of maintenance and that.
Do you believe in his theory that someone was stalking him? Did you ever see any evidence of that?
Well, for a bit, he tried to blame me breaking in, because honestly, I did come across some broken things, the papers all over the place. Nearer to the end, I thought he had gone mad, and it was him just making all that mess, but I don't know. I think is likely. His whole estate's surrounded by trees. Anyone could hide there and quickly escape.
You must know everybody on the island.
I know pretty much, well, all the locals. There is a French and Canadian research crew up past his estate. I think Atlas or something like that. It's like a team of 7 or 8. They keep to themselves, so I don't bother them.
Anyone else here on the island semi-permanently or permanently?
Technically, the detective is here. The lighthouse keepers, they swap every 3 months, 4 months.
How long was Chris acting eccentric before he died?
Probably about 6-7 months when he started getting really bad.
So it's not one of the lighthouse people. How often do the research people change?
No, they haven't. They've been here 2 years and they haven't changed at all. As far as I'm aware.
Any other people kind of that don't look like they belong poking around? Anybody new that seemed strange?
Well, Chris had a lot of guests stay over. He was a wealthy man after all. He had a lot of businessmen, women come over. I assume a lot of women of pleasure as well. Yes. He was a man of specific tastes. But no one of note. I think they should still be here unless the detective sent them. No, I don't know their names, but he did have 3 guests staying.
At the time of his death?
At the time of his death, yes. And
didn't mention that.
The detective hasn't let them leave, but they were here for a while. They were going to be here for a couple of months anyway, so it hasn't affected their stay.
You can't really have a guest who's also your stalker.
That's true.
It's pretty hard to sneak around behind somebody's back when you're staying in their guest bedroom.
Yes, I would say so, too.
But who's to say that they're tied together? It sounds like Chris was kind of losing it there at the end. Maybe he was tearing apart his own house or something, and maybe one of his guests killed him. Perhaps the 2 things are unrelated. Seems like Obi almost thinks that he caused his own issues around his house.
Yes.
What we saw.
Yes, go ahead.
What we saw that night would be enough to make any of us go mad, I'm sure. I know I've dealt with my own bouts of instability.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have nightmares still. You know, it's crazy. It's more than half a lifetime ago.
I agree. And I don't think we should discount any of these guests. They had the quickest access to him of anyone else, I'd say. It's important to speak with them.
You know, whether the door was broken in or whatever, to know where his father's service revolver was, you'd have to know the house. You'd have to know him.
And surely they heard something or saw something if they were there. I mean, I don't know.
If the house was being tore apart, as Obi suggested, then surely somebody saw something strange.
Yeah, I'd be interested to talk to these people.
So yeah, Obi obviously throughout this we can just say you were walking and talking, and when it seemed like you guys were having like Obi knows to stay out of it, so he keeps for himself. So he doesn't want to know your business. He's just
Smart man.
and it's how he's lived for a long time, especially in these kind of places. So yeah, so while you guys are having chat, zooming on ahead in the car is the detective with Lucas, Will, and Brian.
So what happens? What do people do on this island? Is it a tourist trap? What is it?
It was meant to be until Chris bought most of it. Now it's his play. Well, was his play den and a research center.
Research.
What do they
research?
research?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. There's something to do with rocks.
Weird.
It bores me, that kind of stuff. So, but it's not really. I don't think they're relevant to the. They've been here 2 years. I don't think they're relevant to this. And they keep to themselves.
Can we say that Brian is up in the front seat with him and Reed and I are in the back?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to turn to Reed, maybe while Brian is saying something.
Yeah, but Brian's just chatting the detective's ear off.
And without speaking out loud, but clearly mouthing the words, I'm going to say, Rebecca, not a word.
I just shake my head and just like.
In other words, don't say anything. But yeah, I
turn away from turn away from Lucas, and we'll look out the windows. And what the hell was that? Jesus.
Okay.
How long does it take to get there?
Well, and funny you should say that. Actually, you pull up and you see this nice. Basically, it's like a giant bungalow. So it's just one floor, and big old.
Way to understate it there, Chris. Great job.
He's rich and this is all he has.
Yes.
So you clean it in 15 minutes.
Here we are, gentlemen. Per the request anyway, there's a guest house around the back that you can use.
I'm going to take some pictures.
Okay.
I want to take pictures of the grounds.
I'm going to take my bag and start walking around the side of the house to go in the direction that was indicated where the guest house is.
Okay.
We probably have electronic photography, but it's the picture, the cameras.
Yeah.
Not on our phone yet, but we have electronic.
Yeah, you've got
the
electronic.
I've got a nice electronic camera.
Yeah, they won't be too fancy, but they'd be fancy enough at this point, not like.
Right.
But we have flip phones, right?
Yeah, you have flip phones, yeah.
Okay.
Right, but no internet probably on them yet. They're not smartphones yet.
No. I'll check for cell service though. Any bars?
Yeah, there's bars around here, yeah.
Come on.
All right.
So I'm walking around the grounds taking pictures just to see what the place is like.
Okay, so Lucas and Will, you can both do me spot hidden. So going around the place.
Where's my?
Well, yes, I have a. I'll leave it as is. I have a hard success, but it was almost an extreme.
Yeah, I'm the same. I got a 15 out of 60.
I rolled a 15
You
as
know what?
well.
I'm going to spend 3 luck to make it an extreme.
Okay.
Why not? 3 luck.
Okay.
Well, not to be outdone, I'm going to spend 2 luck and make it an extreme because Lucas is just a jerk.
We've put our heads together and we're staring at the same direction.
So, Lucas, you're taking photos.
Yeah.
And at this point, there would be a way you can still look at them because in 2007 you'd be able to look back at them and all that. Yeah, so you take a few and then you make sure they're all right. And in some of them, it appears like there's fingers, like either sort of like blocking bits, so like this.
Blocking my...
Yeah. In just a few of them, yeah.
Because once I had an electronic camera, I tend to take at minimum 3 of everything, because then I'll just pick the best photo out of. It doesn't cost that much. So.
Yeah, and in 2 of those 3, we can say that there's these fingers.
Like on the sides of the picture?
Yeah, on the sides of the pictures. They're like very blurry as well.
Oh, I'm gonna pull out my lens. Clean my lens.
And then, because you go on extreme, you see like a woman just in the outline of the forest, of the like trees. There's just a woman, and she's staring at you, and she's holding her neck like this, and she's just staring at you. Eyes are bulging.
And I recognize her.
You think you do.
Do I see her as well?
You do not.
I'm going to bring the camera up and zoom in.
Yeah, so just do that. I sent you a message. Yeah.
I jump back. I throw my camera, except that it's on the thing around my wrist because I never have it without that. So it just swings around, and I back up. And
as you go to back up, just in a split second, it's like a flash, and there's this face in front of you, and they're grabbing your neck.
Yes, so I'm going to fight back and try to get away.
It's just gone. You do this, and it's just gone, but...
And Will's extreme is that he sees me do that.
Well, no, Will has it, but Will, you will actually notice, but we'll get to what you saw in a minute, Will, but you will actually notice there's, like, finger marks just along his neck, Lucas's neck.
Okay.
Sanity?
Yes, sanity for you, Lucas.
I passed, but I'm breathing hard.
Yeah, you passed, but take a D4 of sanity.
Okay. I'm going to, because I passed, I'm going to immediately think to myself that I'm having some sort of a drug-induced reaction from my previous. Well, I only took 1 point of damage. Because I'm having a flashback.
Okay. So Will, sort of, because how you and Lucas would have gone, you'd probably be quite close. So sort of in that same direction, you saw like a flash, like someone took a photo from the tree line. Just a brief flash. And because you got an extreme, you do actually see like a shadow or something just run off.
The hell? And then after that, I see Lucas.
That's when you see Lucas going like this, and you see the marks on his neck.
Okay. Jesus, Lucas, stand up. God's sake.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think all of this crazy talk about Chris and everything is giving me flashbacks. Oh my God. I should never have done drugs. Don't do drugs.
Yeah, you think?
Stay in school.
Freaking coward. All right, I'm going to go to the guest house.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm kind of following behind him because really I'm afraid.
Yeah, you two get to the guest house, and when you enter, it's like a large hut almost, but there's a few bedrooms in there, and it's all quite close. The rooms aren't massive, but there's 2 beds in each room. So,
all right, I'll push the door open and kind of leave it open. I'm going to claim the first bedroom that I see. Drop my stuff in there, open a window, and try and get some cross ventilation going to try and cool down this thing, because I imagine it's just this sweltering hot box.
Oh, yeah. You guys are probably sweating like horrendously. You're all from England. It's probably been raining where you come, and you just come over here and it's scorching.
Well, I'm sure I came in a suit, So I'm going to go ahead and start changing, and I'll, put on these really terrible khaki cargo shorts, a loud shirt, but because I forgot to pack sensible, vacation socks, I've got these knee-high black socks with my tennis shoes, and, I've got a big wide brim white hat and sunglasses. I'm like, oh God, let's just get this over with.
I'm just going to sit down on the edge of the couch and go over and over and over again what I just saw.
Come on, Lucas. Hey, snap out of it. What's going on?
It's the heat. It's the heat. It's just gotten to me.
Yeah, well, you need to be careful. I think you nicked yourself shaving or something.
Where the hell did you get that shirt? That's like insane.
Yeah.
It's
blending.
Is it
blending?
Batik?
Yeah,
crazy, colorful batik?
I'm blending into the environment. You know,
blend. Yeah. I might as well do this.
As you two are speaking, finally I unmuted myself. That took some time. The other three, you guys are just arriving now. You actually walked us a lot quicker. It might be just because Obi's pace was really quick, so you were trying to match his pace. So you're all probably sweaty, very sweaty.
So there were two beds in each room.
2 beds in each room, yeah.
And then there's multiple rooms in the guest house.
Yeah, there are 3 bedrooms.
So we're all staying two to a room.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to share a room with me, or can you put up with my sudden night terrors? I don't have night terrors.
I have a really hard time getting past what you did.
In junior high school, nobody knows about that. Just keep your mouth shut. Oh, you're talking about.
Yeah. You can't even say your
name.
What
I did.
Yeah, what you did. You let her die.
You pulled me out of the room and slammed it closed and kept your back against the door.
I don't think
you wouldn't let me in back
correctly.
We were we were in the room with our back against the door, and the other people are coming.
So you guys are.
I'm not going to keep this secret forever. Yeah.
Where did the detective go?
He was by his car, just smoking by his car, talking. Well, getting his ear talked off by Brian.
Some detective this guy is. Do you know there are people staying in the house and were staying in the house at the time of the murder?
With the murderers, yeah. I don't think he's a detective. It took him 5 minutes to figure out that there were 2 girls in our group. Well, he goes, "You must be Jess, and oh, you must be Melissa." I'm like, "What the hell?"
So have you met Chris's guests?
No, not yet. I thought I saw somebody in the out in the woods, but I haven't met anybody yet.
Might be
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. I mean, there's somebody running around in the woods.
We
We
were
got all
just
these people on the
arguing
island.
about which rooms we were going to take.
Just stick me on.
Yeah.
I don't care. I have no
Well,
issue with any of you.
Well, I assume
will-
that Jess, you, and Melissa need to take. this
Sure.
room.
Works for me.
We're supposed to share rooms?
There's
This
2
is a
beds in
multi-
each room.
So
I-
what?
This big house, and he put us in the guest room after he died.
I'll stay in his bedroom. I'll
Well,
stay here.
I don't want to stay in his bedroom, but there have to be more rooms inside the house.
Well, he's got his other people staying. I don't know.
It's not
you
much of
know.
a house. It's a big bungalow.
I think he'd be able to afford something bigger.
Well, when you buy an island, it probably digs in a little.
Yeah, I guess so.
I thought he
Let's
had
go
parties
see
and
if we
stuff.
can meet murderers Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Yeah.
Anyways, you
Yeah.
can put your stuff in here, and we'll figure it out later.
Yeah, sure. Oh, and the guy who works for Chris that walked us down here said he thought Chris was losing his marbles there at the end, and that maybe the stalker was really Chris, not even realizing, flashes of memory loss, basically.
I mean, if it wasn't done already 100 times, I'd probably write that into a novel. But
Yeah.
it sounds like Agatha Christie all over again.
I don't know.
Or
It kind of looked
Queen.
like Chris was losing it in that video too.
Yeah,
Chris isn't. Chris has gone through something else.
just see if he does a lot of damage on the way down.
If it weren't for the fact that there were 2 bullets in his corpse, if we can detract, if Sheriff Andy Griffith over there has anything right.
So you said there's somebody like walking around out here?
Yeah, yeah. Just
Danny.
out past that tree line. I know I did. I saw someone walking around. Maybe it's one of the house guests or some kid. I don't know.
Obi, did Chris keep any staff in the house? Or did he just have people like you come and go?
Just people like me come and go from Angelique.
Uh-huh. So he did his own cooking?
Some of the times, sometimes some of the women would come up and cook him a nice local meal.
Some tropical bugars.
He was like the ladies.
That's what I heard. And Obi said he had some weird taste too, or unconventional, I think was the word he used.
Specific tastes.
Specific. You're right, Mel. Sorry.
Women with 3 heads or something like that. They
I
can
think it's
cook
time we
clean.
go
and-
and met
Yeah.
meet our companion, our
Yeah,
guest.
I'm going to
Yeah,
stick
yeah.
my head underneath the kitchen faucet first because I'm a little steamed.
You would think, as rich as he was, he'd afford to put AC in a house in the tropics. Jesus Christ. What a way to treat your guests.
If you had your own island and your own house, I just walk around naked all the time. I mean, screw it.
Lucas, too much information.
Well, look, they got a pool, so
Yeah,
That's
there's
true.
a pool
Something at least.
and a large decking area. And
Yeah.
it is, even though it's a bungalow, it is still quite big. It's not small.
Right. So let's meet the murderers and then spend the evening in the pool.
sounds good. And
Lucas,
brought some rum
well,
too, so we can have a little reunion.
I only brought up 2 bottles. And you didn't
Oh.
think to get any. So
We should have hired
light.
somebody.
And go walk.
Let's see if we can hire somebody to come up here and cook and clean for us while we're here.
Obi.
Spending
Yeah.
any more. I'm not spending any of my money on Chris's house.
I don't mind that. I don't plan to be here that long.
Well, I mean, we're not, none of us are poor. I mean, we can afford to turn this into a vacation.
Obi points out because he's still here. He says, "No, you don't need to worry. If anyone comes to the house from Angelique, they are paid for. It's all set up. It was all set up in his final wishes."
Okay.
There you go.
Good. Y'all might be able to afford this, turn this into a vacation, but I surely can't.
Oh, come on, Melissa.
I'm a bartender.
We'll take care of you. Oh, but that gives you a good job to do.
Oh, so now I get to serve y'all drinks. Is that what you're saying?
You brought some, but he probably has a fully stocked bar.
This is true.
As long as he's not some weird, freaky religious dude that.
Again, he wants us to find the truth, whatever the hell that is. So who knows?
So whereabouts are you guys right now? Are you inside the guest house?
We're kind of halfway in and out.
Walking toward
Walking
the main house.
across the grass to the patio, going through the back door.
Okay, so as you're doing that at the patio, just a topless man with ginger hair, he's there and he says, new people, hello, 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 hello.
And you are?
I don't need to introduce myself to you. Who are you?
We're the old people.
We're the people here to figure out which one of you guys killed Chris.
I ain't be killing anyone, man.
You must have a lot of sunscreen on.
Oh, I have to slather everywhere, every inch.
You could just wear a shirt.
Now, what's the fun in that?
All right, I'll go first. Lucas Fellows. Who are you?
I'm Liam Bryn.
And how did you know Chris? He was our high school friend.
I'm a I'm a talent agent. I'm friends with him through circles and stuff like that.
So I didn't have to introduce myself, I assume.
No, he probably didn't actually care about your names going by his attitude. He don't really care who you are.
Seem really happy.
See, Danny, you're not as infamous as you think you are.
It's famous, well, not infamous. I didn't commit a massacre.
Why wouldn't I seem happy? The man left me like $3 million.
He left you $3 million.
Yep.
That's
How
a
odd.
friend.
Very generous of him.
Hey, well, if you're here, maybe he's left you something.
He's left us something, all right.
Some kind of cruel joke.
You said you're Lucas Fellows, right?
Yes.
Just bear with me 1 second. And he runs in and he comes back out and he says catch and he kind of frisbees an envelope towards you.
Okay.
Can you do me a dex roll for me, Lucas? Because he's just frisbeed that.
Yeah. Oh, do I have to? Okay.
Yeah, do me a dex roll for me.
Right in the pool.
Yep.
36. Dex is 65. So.
Yeah, it comes to you and you just catch it, and it's an envelope with your name on it.
Let's see. That's the help in here. Papers.
Yeah, in there is actually a check and a couple of other things, some of which detail the events of that night, but your part to play in that night. But the check, he's left you 10 million, Lucas. That check has 10 million on it.
Oh, that's nice. He left me a couple of $100. Is there a bank on this island?
No, you'd have to go to Antigua or Barbados.
But what else is in there?
More of his stuff about what he talked about in the video.
Yeah, a lot of it's rambling, but he gets to the point of basically he details what happened to you.
Is it typed or is it handwritten?
One of it's typed, but that seems more formal, and that goes into what he's left you. So he's left you the money, and he's actually left you one of his businesses to do with photography. So he's left you a photography studio that he deals with.
Oh, shit.
So is there one of those for each of us, Liam, or is that just for Lucas?
Hey, there's loads of the envelopes in there, and
So why did you have my envelope?
well, they're all in there. They're all in here.
You just got your name first. All right. Nice to meet you, Ginger. Have a nice swim. And I'm going to head into the house.
Yeah, I'm gonna head in the house too.
Is Ginger good looking?
Yeah. Liam is good looking. Yes. Oh, and he says as you all like, don't worry, I didn't look in any of them. Tyler's make sure I didn't.
Who's Tyler?
As you anyone who gets close to that door, you'll see two other people sat on one of the sofas. A very good-looking blonde woman in a bikini, and then African-American man. He's quite big built, and he's sat on one of them. He's got a cigarette in one hand and a glass of probably whiskey or something in the other.
Do they all look significantly younger than us?
Not too much younger. To be fair, Liam looked 30s maybe. They don't look significantly younger.
Or early 40s.
Yeah, we're all early 40s, so they're in their 30s.
Well, Liam at least looked in his 30s.
Yeah, Will heads inside as well. He's looking for something to get in the kitchen or something to drink. Something.
Is it morning or evening or afternoon?
It's afternoon. It's afternoon.
All right, I'm going to follow Chris and I will inside. And when I see these people, I say, hello.
Hi.
Lucas Fellows, and I'll go over and I'll shake their hands.
Tyler Jackson. You can just call me TJ. If you decide that any of your characters follow football, soccer, I should say, you'll know that he's a big member of Manchester City.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw your game with, I don't know, Brazil in the World Cup, whatever.
Yeah. It would have been. Yeah, Brazil in the World Cup. Yeah, that's fine. He'd have actually played for England, English football. So yeah, England versus Brazil. Yeah, that's fair.
And who are you, lovely lady? And I'm going to sit down next to her on the couch.
Oh,
Just leave that woman alone, Jesus.
Hey, he doesn't have to leave me alone, darling. I'm Gabby DeGoss.
Gabby DeGoss, where are you from?
Where ain't I from?
Where have you, maybe I should say, where have you been? Everywhere, huh? Me too.
Yeah.
We're Chris's afterlife guests and childhood friends.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll leave you to your perpetual party in a day or two. You don't find it creepy to stay in this house after he got shot to death?
Ty's just like, it's a little weird. I don't really want to stay here, but I was instructed to make sure everyone with a letter gets their letter. So,
and I'm going to stick my head under the kitchen tap for a minute because it's hot as blazes here, and then I guess we'll all read our spooky instructions from beyond the grave.
We'll read here. Can I have my letter?
Yeah. Tyler passes you each your letters. So yeah, some of you will get a private message from me shortly. But Jess, you were left this estate, Jess. You don't have to tell anyone this, but you were left this estate.
Somehow we found out.
And quite a lot of money. Melissa, you have, because he was a businessman. He owned a lot of things, and he was a big distributor. But he actually left you one of the pubs that he owns. You are an owner of your own bar, basically. You haven't really been left much money. He's probably left you well, for you, it's probably a lot of money. He left you like 20 grand, 20, 30 grand. So.
Don't know why you think I'd be able to run a business, but here it is. Huh.
What, he left you the pub?
Yeah.
Wow. You know what? You just hire people that can run it.
Or sell it.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, all I've ever known is pouring drinks, but maybe you're right. Maybe I just hire somebody to run it, but it's still just very strange.
No, I mean, my own business. I mean, if you don't know, you've got a talent, you utilize your talent. You be the bartender, but at the same time, you own the place. You hire somebody to manage the money. Yeah, you could make a lot.
Yeah,
it's got a nice location, as I recall.
Yeah. Yeah, I should do that. You're right.
I forget. Did you get married, have kids?
No. I have my dog Goldie, and but other than that, it's just me and Goldie, and yeah, I do have a boyfriend, but I don't know. How about you guys? Did you have spouses and children? We didn't really keep up.
Yeah, I've just got 3 dogs at this point.
I've got a husband and some kids, set of twins and a little boy.
Yeah, married, kids.
Ever since Rebecca died, my reaction was, sleep around. So I've never settled.
What about you, Danny? Or what the tabloids reporting accurate for your personal life?
Everything's above board. Victoria and I get along very well. For people who get unwelcome attention, the kids are pretty well adjusted considering.
So, Will, you were left no money, Will. You're the only one who wasn't left any money.
Typical.
But your letter was not really a letter, it was a package. But on the little thing on it, it says don't open in front of anyone else.
What's in the package?
But yeah, there's no letter with it, no nothing. It's just a package. And it just says don't open in front of anyone else.
Set that under my arm for now.
Danny, you were left with like 10 million as well. He had a lot of money. This man was very wealthy. But you're wealthy yourself, so you don't really know why he left you any money, because you make a lot of money. But he did he did leave you distribution rights to some of the properties that he owned. So some of the film properties that he owned. So basically you're the license holder for a
possible vanity projects.
Yeah.
As long as his indiscretions in his latter months or years don't prevent you from having any career at all.
So, Gabby, were you sleeping with Chris?
Well,
How about you, TJ?
Oh, no, I don't. I don't swing that way, my friend.
It's the 2008s.
They've got these my friends are planning to bunk 2 to a room. I'm over 40 years old. I don't sleep next to people that I'm not having sex with. Are there more guest rooms in the house?
Yeah, well, considering Liam and Gabby are sharing a room and I'm taking one, there's 2 in here. So.
Excellent. I'll get my stuff and plant myself in a room. How's the air conditioning situation at night?
Good, very good. Compared to our guest house.
Oh, I'll take the other room up here then.
Always chivalrous, Luke.
Unless the ladies will.
Hey, and that's the thing. The rooms in here are all en suite as well, so they're all, and they're double bed. Well, no, they're king size beds. So there you go.
So I'm gonna get myself set up, and then if we can all go to the pool, and you guys can tell us all about the night of the murder, because apparently we're supposed to play Junior Gumshoe here and solve Chris's murder posthumously.
I could cut out of the middleman. You could just tell us which one of you killed him.
Well, none of us killed him. Tyler said. No, we weren't even here on the day. We were down in Angelique. Had a lot of witnesses.
You have witnesses, okay?
Yeah.
You have an alibi. That's good.
And you guys were in the house, but Will saw somebody running around at the edge of the forest. Do you have like neighbors?
Yeah, they weren't there. It wasn't you, Gabby, was it?
No, it wasn't me. Why would I be running around when I could be chilling here by a nice pool? You know.
Are there other people that live around here?
Gabby kind of, when you're like discussing other people around here, she looks a little bit like this, but Tyler pipes up and just like, there's been some creeper just photographing. I think with Gabby being a model and all, you know, we're going to get that kind of attention.
That the stalker Chris thought he had, do you think?
Maybe.
Well, it could be.
Did you guys know anything about his concerns about a stalker? Did he mention anything to you?
He mentioned there was someone, and he mentioned there were people trashing the place, but since we've been here, nothing happened except from his death.
Was the stalker something that was fairly new, or has it been something that he's had to deal with for 20 years?
Yeah, he said a year or so, or something like that. I'm not 100% sure.
Why would somebody...
So there's a stalker here on the...
A man who's rich like that might have enemies.
Sure.
This is Chris. Well, yeah, he's going to have enemies, but this is Chris. If he has enemies, he literally invites them to come and discuss it with him.
And none of you were concerned that this killer is on the loose? He was in the house you're staying in.
You know,
Or the forest around it.
They're not gonna. They got him while he was in his studio out there, so you know.
Oh.
His studio and study. They didn't actually kill him in the house.
Did you find them, or did one of you find him dead?
Gabby here found him. Yes.
Must have been hard.
It was. It was hard, for sure. But Gabby and Liam sure got over it quicker than I have.
Keeper, did the detective drive back out?
No, he's still outside. Brian's literally just chatting to him.
So Will goes and pours a drink of whiskey and cola, and he'll take his box and drink, and he'll kind of poke around and goes, looking into that one room, he goes, oh, well, that looks like a nice little room. So he's going to enter into the library and shut the door and go and try and have a seat. I'm assuming there might be a desk in there with maybe a letter opener.
Oh, this is a massive room. Like,
yeah,
this is a massive wing. It's not just a library for books. There are like videotapes, film reels, and stuff like that. Yeah.
I mean, this seems like a place that Will would be pretty at home in. So I'm going to...
And you can lock the door as well. You can lock the door.
All right, I will lock the door. I'll shut it, lock it. They're all having a conversation and whatnot, and basically not being very productive. I'm going to lock the door, and find a letter opener, and I'm going to check out my box and sip on my drink and see what's going on in here.
Okay. So looking in the box, this is something that can be shared. Well, you could keep it to yourself, but it is a very familiar book.
Oh my God. I thought this was lost. I almost spit up drinking through my nose, and I'll take it out and start flicking through it.
So as you're flicking through it, you notice there is like a letter in there that's kind of just slightly out of it a bit. So he kind of wedged it in just in case someone opened it, you guess.
So I'll open it to that part of the book and take the letter out and read it.
So the letter's a lot of the same rambling. It says, until you get to the end, where it says, I managed to recover the book. I saw what happened. I saw her body. The fire didn't do that. You two lied to us. And I have a feeling I know what happened. And he put in Arabic, there's a page number there, which responds to 127.
I'll open up page 127.
Yeah, and this is the exact same page that you used that night. The random page that you just looked at. Because you just flicked through the book that night and picked a random page to read off of.
There was something about the language that it kind of, if I recall, it felt like I could comprehend. Do I still have that feeling? That was from 25 years ago. Do I have that feeling now?
Yeah, you still have that feeling. And even holding this book, you even start to have glimpses of that night. So you start to have glimpses of you, Lucas, and Rebecca in that room, and the darkness and everything there. It just flashes in and out of your mind. And
is it possible to study the book and get an understanding of what this passage is talking about and presenting without actually activating it?
Yes, you'll have to spend like 3 hours doing this.
Yeah, well, door's locked. I've got a drink. I'm going to sit down at the desk and do that.
Okay, that's what you're doing. Okay, cool. Okay, so the rest of you, Danny, Jess, and Melissa, before you guys start. Danny, Jess, and Melissa, you can all do me spot hiddens while you've been here.
Oh, 72.
97.
Welcome aboard.
I will spin the luck to make it a regular success.
Okay.
Like 10 luck, but we'll do it.
Okay, Jess. So the rest, all through all this is happening, your eyes kind of go to one of the windows, and you see like a pink balloon just popping its just outside that window, not fully in view, but you can kind of see the top of the pink balloon.
I'm going to go outside and I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to wander outside and see what that's about.
Okay. You wander outside. What are the rest of you doing? So we'll come back to that. So what are the rest of you doing during this? You've all had your letters. You're all still in that room. Will's gone off to the library.
I'm flirting with Gabby.
Okay.
Since Liam's outside.
Yeah, Gabby will just continue. She'll get very touchy-feely as well. Very touchy-feely.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I'm not going to be discreet, but I'm flattering her and telling her how lovely she is and how I would love to photograph her sometime. And
oh yeah, she's very. She will regale you how she wants to be on the cover of Playboy and stuff like that one day.
Oh, that magazine, you're much better than that. Cosmo or.
Hey, who doesn't want to be a bunny, right?
Oh, you sound like you've got more brains than that. So what's up with Liam? Is he your temporary boyfriend or your real boyfriend or?
Temporary.
Temporary.
But I can dump him off right now.
Well, you don't have to do that.
Wow. She gets closer to you and starts to snuggle in, and you just see Liam glances in a little bit and then just takes a sip of his drink and goes back to what he was doing.
So that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Danny, what are you doing?
Back out to the external guest house to retrieve my bags. Inside to find what I think is the nicest of the available rooms.
Okay.
Planting that, taking the contents of Chris's letter and secreting it into a private part of one of my bags. Since part of Chris's lunatic game is to give us all different things and set us up to not trust each other, I think, because the bastard was losing his mind. And then I'm going to find the bar and look for something expensive but cool, like not whiskey, maybe a really good gin, something.
Yeah,
batch.
There's good gin behind this bar. It's in the games room, but there's like a bar. There's loads of alcohol in there.
And I'm going to change into swimming trunks and like a very light robe because what the fuck, it's hot and there's a pool.
Why not? Okay. Melissa, what are you doing?
I went to the games room looking for drinks and got a drink, and I'm just kind of wandering the room and eventually just the house, kind of aimlessly looking at stuff and trying not to just break out into tears and break down sobbing.
Okay. Yeah, you could do me a spot hidden for me as you're doing that. So if you just type to me what you got, and then I will go to Jess. So Jess, you go outside and you look around the corner. And yeah, you see where that balloon was. There's like a little pink bow on the ground.
Get up.
Yeah, it's very familiar. You kind of get a little blackout in your mind briefly, and then you're back, and it's so familiar.
Fuck.
And so you're gonna throw it.
Yeah, I'm throwing it. Like, I have a feeling that's Abby's bow, so I'm throwing that.
So as you throw it, all of a sudden in your face, just get, "You killed me!" As this little girl's face just pops in front of you. And then you just see this pink balloon float up.
Need a drink.
And you could do me a sanity roll.
Oh, that's an 02.
Okay.
We're all evil bastards, aren't we?
A D4. Still a D4.
1.
Okay. You're so incredibly shaken. You said you're going to go get a drink, so that's
Yes.
fine. Okay. Holding that drink, you'll be very shaky. You might even spill a bit of your drink. But yes. So, Melissa, you are looking around, and as you said, you're aimlessly kind of wandering, looking around, and without even a thought, you kind of just find yourself going around, and you find yourself in the master bedroom. and it feels weird in here. It suddenly gets cold, very cold.
So odd. Be so cold in here.
And you see on the bedside table, there's a pair of glasses. They're very distinct. They've got like, they're purple, like glasses on the brim of it, and instantly they were Nick's glasses. And you can do me a power roll for me.
That is a 12, which is a can I spend 1 luck to make that an extreme?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So an extreme.
Okay. So nothing happens to you, and I'm not going to describe what you see, but the event that happened to you that night, you witness happen to you. You witness on the bed, basically, not in the middle of the ground, on that bed, and you even see it like a shade of like what would have been where Danny was that night.
I sit down on the floor and just start sobbing.
Yeah, and I would assume you're crying so pretty much anyone in the house or around the house would start hearing Melissa's crying. But before we come to that, Danny, you would have gone outside by this point. You're in the pool, and you can do me a power roll, Danny.
Danny is not the most willful person. And that is a 72 for 50. So.
Okay. So you're in the pool, and I don't know, maybe at this point, you've been there long enough, and at this point you start hearing that crying, and you'll start hearing the crying, and it brings back that pain of that night, and all of a sudden you feel sharp pains in your stomach.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to grab the side of the pool and sort of pull myself up. I can hear Melissa's crying?
Yeah.
Even though I'm outside? And
Yeah. Because the door's open, the master bedroom door's open, she's crying very loudly.
All right. I guess that old wives' tale about eating before swimming includes gin and tonic.
And the pain lasts 27, 28 times. It's just jab, like you're getting jabbed.
Yeah, if I can pull myself up and lie on the tile behind the pool, I will. Because it seems like if it goes on, I'm just going to fall in the water.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah,
so I'm gonna roll feetally and just hope that nobody sees me.
Yeah, Liam's kind of there just looking at you. He don't even ask if you're all right. He kind of just stares at you, just takes a sip, and he's very weirdly staring at you.
Well, when it's over, what does it feel like when the stabbing pains stop?
Very like it's a relief when it stops, but you are getting flashes back to that night now, and they're like constant for a good minute, just flashes of every hit, and you're just like frozen in fear almost. It's hard for you. And Lucas, at this point,
sorry, should I do sanity?
I will come to yours and Melissa's sanity roll shortly. But yeah, Lucas, that's when you might, in a glance, see Danny like writhing outside, but you'll also hear Melissa's crying.
What the hell's going on? Excuse me, Gabby. Danny concerns me almost immediately, like he's having an attack. So I walk over to the door. Danny, are you okay? Are you having some sort of an attack? I'm walking towards him.
Where am I in my...
We'd say it came to the end when he would have noticed, like it was those final few.
Right.
Yeah, weird cramp. Maybe I shouldn't... we traveled and then it was hot and just cramps.
You need some help? Here.
I'll be up in a minute. Is somebody crying? Or am
I thought I heard somebody crying. Sounds like maybe Melissa. Are you okay? I'll go check.
Yeah, I'll come with you. Give me a minute, though. I'll follow you.
All right.
So
I'm gonna go inside. Go towards.
At that point, because you went out to Danny, Jess, you've got your drink, and you will be hearing the crying as well.
I'll head to the crying.
Okay, so you'll get to her first, basically, and Melissa's on the ground. At this point, Danny and Melissa, you can do me a sanity roll for me.
Oh, 007. Like you said, we don't care a lot about feelings, this group.
Right, 56 out of 55. So
That's a fair.
Want to spend luck?
yeah,
You can spend luck.
yeah, because that's only one. So yeah,
Okay.
Fair.
What 1d4 if you passing? Just take a d4.
I got the 4.
me too.
It fits for you both. So Jess, you'll reach Melissa first. Melissa's there, like crying.
I'll like go to her side and crouch down, hand on her shoulder. Mel, what's wrong?
That night it was so terrible. I'm just seeing it in my mind being here, and I'm gonna hold out the glasses. These are Nick's glasses.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. Purple, just like you wore.
Yeah, and they're real.
Why would Chris have these?
This place is weird, and it gives me a bad feeling. It feels like Lucas said he saw someone wandering around. I thought for a second I saw someone too.
It's like a cruel joke. Like, what is this? Bring us down here, give us money and businesses, and then make us relive everything? What is this? A cruel joke?
The man had a lot of money. I think whatever he was trying to reenact, he could definitely do it to try to disturb us or scare us or, weird projection images or something. And obviously these are just, he had someone make them. These aren't Nick's. Surely they burned up in the fire.
They couldn't be, right?
No, of course. And he was an asshole. He's just playing some kind of cruel joke. He was clearly losing it at the end of his life. I think we need to just solve whatever this issue is and get off of this island.
I agree. I just want to be done with it, all of it.
And Lucas and Danny, at this point, you will have arrived.
Is everything okay, ladies?
This is a shitty place. I think Chris brought us all here to play some final joke. Look, don't these look like his glasses?
Holy fuck. I'll take the glasses. I want to look at them closely to see if they look modern or if they've got, I don't know, manufacturer's stamp on them or something.
Do me an appraisal. That's the best one for that.
Got any appraisal?
Clearly he had the money to afford these. So he's
he had
playing some kind of joke.
He had color photographs of Nick's glasses and he went and got replicas made to fuck with us.
Got an 8. My appraise is 5. So I'll spend the 3 points to appraise whether these are 25-year-old glasses or not.
Okay. So looking at them, you're no expert. You are no expert at all, but Nick always marked his glasses. He has little dents on his glasses, little like cuts in there, and they look like Nick's, and they actually look like these could be 25-year-old glasses.
I mean,
they're very well looked after. Very well.
I knew Nick pretty well.
Yeah, we all did.
And
we thought we did.
Well,
there are marks.
Let's say that Chris got these glasses. That's like.
Well,
I still think this is a cruel joke.
Chris was following us around, somehow not being seen. I mean, did he start the fire? Is that what that
Nick
means?
would have been wearing these though that night.
Well, he must have had 2 pairs, and he must have followed Will to Nick's house when Will went to get whatever book you're talking about, and he picked up Nick's spare glasses, maybe the previous prescription or something, and he's kept them like some fetish object because obviously Chris was.
The man was unwell.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said so.
Keeper.
But it's obvious now that Chris was out of his mind.
Were we aware before that Chris was at the house?
Yeah, Chris, all of you were there that night.
Okay.
You all arrived some of you arrived a bit later, but Chris was there when you were all out front.
All right.
And as far as you're aware, you all had a part in the plan. So Chris must have had a part, so he was there.
But Chris was about documenting us in a way we didn't know.
It's like he's stalking us. He was the stalker.
And I thought I saw someone outside also. So I don't know. Yeah, but look, you're going to think I'm crazy, but it's like they disappeared. So I'm thinking Chris has some kind of advanced projection system set up to make it look like there's ghosts or something to freak us out and mess with us. The man has money. He could have done something like that.
I'm practically with Luke at this point. Like maybe all of these people are actors. That detective outside is a phony.
Exactly.
The lawyers. I mean, how the hell would I know? I got a piece of mail on letterhead. I don't
know, Luke. I think you kind of recognize that one guy though, the footy player.
Well, did I recognize him? Yeah.
Yeah, you were.
He's definitely a soccer player. We wouldn't say soccer player. We would say football. We're English. Yeah, he's definitely. I've seen him play.
But I mean, you could always hire people to. You could still hire these people to.
I mean, honestly, these 3 could think he was dead. But I mean, there could be actors all over this place.
Yeah, and they just seem so unconcerned about it. Like the man they knew just was murdered, feet from where they were staying, and they just don't even care. I want to go look in that studio where they say he was killed.
Yeah,
Yes.
the only one who appeared to look like they cared was Tyler. The other 2 didn't look. Tyler did look like
right. Danny, you've, it's kind of a newfangled thing, but you probably do a lot of your business over the phone, right? Is there a way to deposit a check in a bank over the phone, like reading off the numbers that are on it, and do they have to see the?
It depends on, the quality and the quantity. If your bank is serious and their bank is serious, and it's a serious amount of money, then you can figure stuff out.
But they'll probably
if you've got a credit union and some backwater, they're not going to be able to process anything.
Well, I guess all theory aside, I was just trying to wonder if I tried to deposit the check that he left me, whether it would bounce.
He can afford to prank you with $1 million or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to owe us after he reveals himself. I mean, I don't know. Let's go to the studio. Maybe maybe that's where the surprise box is.
We should see where the scene of the murder is. And
what did you say?
There was one.
He hasn't shown his face in a while.
Well, he's probably off masturbating somewhere.
Well, I'm gonna yell in the house. Will, are you in here? He probably can't hear me. Did you wander off somewhere?
Whatever.
Whatever.
Let's go check out that
weird place.
studio. Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah, see where the murder took place.
all of you will actually notice, because there's big window anyway that kind of faces out. You'll notice that Brian and the detective are not out there anymore, outside the front.
Detective's car?
But your car's there, yeah.
Where's
Okay.
Brian?
He might be in on all this.
Maybe he confessed already to Detective Lumpy.
Jesus.
Okay, so yeah, you guys, the four of you will head to the studio. I'm walking through the bungalow anyway. You don't see the detective, you don't see Brian. You go straight to the studio, and yeah, straight away you can see because it's it's double door. One of the doors does look like it was kicked in.
Okay. Do you want to take a 5-minute break at this point? We're an hour and a half in.
Yeah, we can do. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's take a 5-minute break.
So, yeah, the door looks like one of the half of the doors looks like it was kicked in. So that was correct from the detective's brief.
Okay, gang. Here's where we send Scooby in to look for clues.
Well, I don't see Brian anywhere, so I think it's going to have to be us.
Which one of you is going to be Velma?
I mean, I've got the glasses, so.
It's true. All right. I'm obviously I'm Fred.
I've got the drug background, so I'll be Shaggy.
You said
Where's the ascot, Danny?
Yeah, I'll have to fashion something after we find our first clues in our Scooby snacks. Okay, you guys go inside and fight the ghost. Daphne and I are going to go and have an affair. That's what we're always doing while you guys.
Daphne has to be captured by the ghost.
Oh, it's true. Phyllis has already had a rough time.
As you guys are there, before anyone walks in, all of a sudden the detective's like, "Don't go in there just yet. I've missed something to tell you. Sorry, your friend was yabbering on. I don't know where he's gone."
Yeah, Brian, fuck.
What is it, detective?
Don't be startled, but upon request of it happened, we've covered it up, but the body's still in there.
What? Has he been dead?
What?
This is the tropics. I can't
I bet it
believe
smells
that-
disgusting.
Yeah, it does smell awful in here.
So wait, are there no laws on this island because Master Chris owns everything?
There are laws, he says, but when you get him paid off the books, you know, you do what the
For God's
person says.
sake.
Why would you
Keystone
not move the
Cops.
body?
How
Why
come
would
you
you
didn't do
leave
a
it
proper
there?
autopsy? Did you bring it back? Oh, there's nowhere on this island to do an autopsy, is there?
We've had a will reading. That was what, a week after he was dead? And then it took us, 4 days to get here?
Yep.
It's 80 degrees and 90% humidity.
Is there anything inside that studio
There's
except for
maggots
flies at this
inside.
point?
Well, I'm gonna be. I didn't actually. I would suggest not using the freezer in the guest room because it's like one of those big bulk freezers. I would suggest not using that.
What?
What's in the freezer in the guest house?
No, that's where I didn't know what to
Chris
do.
has been.
He was
Oh my
paying.
God.
He was paying me a lot of money. I know I'm meant to be like a professional detective. He was paying me a lot of money.
What are your credentials? What are your credentials?
He's got his badge and that.
I'm walking over and opening the damn door. I want to see what the fuck's in here.
So
Yeah.
Is the body
Okay.
in here? Is the body in our freezer?
okay, so Lucas, as you open the door, do me actually no, I'm not even gonna get you to aspire. The room's not that big. Yeah, you see there is something there covered by a sheet. It does smell in here, not like there's a rotting body in here, but there is that aftermath odor.
Are there a million flies?
There's quite a few flies. There's not a million, but there's quite a few in here.
This is beyond insane. You know,
the body is covered there. There's nothing.
Well,
with a white sheet.
Yeah, with a white sheet.
Is
I'll
it
have a
still
look at the
white?
body.
What's the general studio layout?
Messy. There's blood all over. There's blood. There's various, probably a bit of piss on here.
Sanity roll.
Yeah, all you can do is sanity rolls.
I passed.
There's a bit of brain on the back wall as well because he was shot. Just a little bit.
Son of a...
Ass.
I just rolled a 000. Oof. I lost 4 points.
If you passed, lose 2. If you failed, a D6. Just because.
And a proper fumble? Is that worse?
You got a 000. You can roll me a D8.
Hang on, kids.
You hijacked the airplane and
3.
Okay. That could have been a lot worse.
well, buckle up, Buttercup, because I'm going in and I'm going to grab the edge of the sheet and I'm going to pull it off.
Okay. It's a mannequin.
What the fuck?
God.
Told y'all this was some sort of a sick joke he's playing on us.
As Lucas is there, the other 3 can do me spot hiddens.
This is all a ridiculous charade.
Pass. Gibson, what is this bullshit?
Hard success.
Yeah, I had a hard success as well.
Okay.
And I failed.
You failed, Danny. Okay. So, Jess and Melissa, I will divide. You both got hard, so I'll divide this whole thing between you both. So, Melissa, you've been through a lot, so I'll get you to see this one. So, you do see that near one of the bookshelves in there, it does seem like the bottom bit of it is slightly weird, as if it's been moved. The bottom bit's been moved up, like the bottom slat has been moved. Jess, so it's a few seconds. Melissa's seen what she's seen. Lucas and Danny are reacting. You're there. You kind of glance out the window again. And the rest of you will see this, but Jess sees this first. You see something running, and it appears to be on fire. And through the window, this on fire person who looks like Brian has flung through the window and is like in there. He's on fire, writhing around on the floor. And
Is there a sink?
It's wood. It's wooden, so it's catching on fire.
Is he yelling and screaming?
Oh yeah. I'm not going to do the screaming right now.
Well, sure.
Okay. And we all see this. She sees it first.
Yeah, Jess sees it first, and the rest of you will see it definitely.
So I'm going to grab the sheet that was on the mannequin and try to throw it around him.
Right. Yeah, me too.
Okay. Yeah, both of you can do that. Roll me. We'll do it as a look roll. Roll me a look roll. You can both do me a look roll.
35 is a regular success.
81. You're doing better than I am.
Okay. So it appears like the fire is going out, but then it just starts back up again on him. It's like a continuous fire.
Like an accelerant is on a gasoline or something.
Yeah, it would appear so, yeah.
So with
It's continuous.
With the sheet wrapped around him and I'm going down to the floor with him, right? To stop, drop.
Yeah. Yep.
So am I starting to burn?
You're starting to feel burn, like a burning sensation, yeah.
Is there a bed in this room?
No, not in the studio, no.
Right.
There are like cabinets, and some have like sheets because there's like art canvases and stuff. So there are like sheets that he would cover the canvases with.
Not like a blanket.
Not like a heavy blanket, no.
Did we know
Not
Chris
in
to
here.
paint?
You knew he was a creative person.
Okay. Well, if Brian seems to still be on fire and I feel like I'm being burned, I'm going to sort of roll him and then roll away from him and try to smother myself because,
right.
Roll,
Brian, roll.
The detective
sink in here.
The detectives run off and he comes back and he's got like a bucket with water and he just.
Does that work, or does he start fire?
Nope, it's still on fire.
He's got gasoline or something on him.
Can we drag him out to the pool?
Yeah,
let's get him by the shoes or something.
Yeah.
Am I still feeling burnt when I get up?
Not as bad, but there's still that sensation.
Okay, I might be getting in the pool myself.
Try to wrap the sheet around his legs and then drag him by the sheet so that we're not exposed directly to the fire.
Yeah, you can do that. The studio has sort of like slowly catching fire. Like it's not rapidly expanding because it's not all wood, but there is wooden floor. So yeah, who's dragging? Lucas, you're dragging. Yeah, okay. Right. So what are the other three doing?
I'll take the other foot and try to drag him because I want to get in the water too. It's gonna, cool whatever blisters I've got.
I'm going to assume it's mostly grass from here to there, and he's wrapped in this sheet, so it's not like he's going to be abrased, but
try to get some water to put out the fire in the house.
Yeah.
Okay, Jess, that's what you're doing. Melissa, what are you doing?
I'm also getting some water to try to put out the fire in the studio.
Yeah, with both of you, you'll be able to get it out because both of you are working. There's not loads of flames, and could have been a lot worse. You can easily get that out with a few buckets of water. Lucas and Danny, you get him in there, and bearing in mind he is on water. He is in water. It still looks like he's burning in water.
Flames underwater.
It appears so, but if one of you go under there, it's not like too bad.
It's got to be phosphorus, something like that will burn underwater. Manganese.
Well, but that the
others are now screaming, like Gabby screaming because she just seen you dragging something, and Tyler's jumped in and is like, "What's going on?"
We can't put him out. I don't understand. We can't put him out.
Sand?
Brian, can you hear us? Is Brian helping, or is he just...
He's just... but it's getting slurred and slower.
He's going to be dead in a few seconds.
And even then, even if he somehow survived, he'll probably get infections. But he's basically dying in both of yours company, so.
Well, now it's a sand roll. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah.
All four of you can do me sand rolls.
No, I got a 000.
Really?
Okay.
Passed.
Okay.
Just barely, but I passed.
Pass, you can roll me a D3. Fail is a D8.
And I've got 000.
Yeah, that's for you because I know that you. Sorry, 000 is D8. A normal fail's a D6. I should point out.
5.
Jesus Christ, I'm losing my mind.
Okay, roll me an intelligence, please.
Intelligence. 42. I made it.
Okay.
Oops.
Okay, so we're not gonna roll off a normal table.
Okay.
I will come to what occurs, Lucas, in a second. Did anyone else fail?
I did
Yeah. What did you roll?
a 6.
Okay, you can do me an intelligence roll as well.
And I passed.
Okay. So again, we're not going off a normal table. So Jess, you will witness Melissa. You get out the fire. You manage to put it out before this kind of takes her. But Melissa is on the floor screaming, "No, get off me!" She's writhing on the floor. Just get off me! Get off me! Lucas, you are frozen, completely frozen in fear. This it won't last for too long. I'm not going to get you to roll a d10 for rounds or whatever. It won't last. We could say it lasts like 30 seconds.
Mel, did you get burned? Are you hurt? What's wrong?
Get off me. I just need some space. Just get off me. Get off me.
Okay. No one's on you. It's fine. It's okay.
Okay. What just happened?
I don't know. I'm gonna go check on Brian. Just stay here.
Okay, Danny, you will have noticed that Lucas is completely frozen. So anything he was doing is.
And Brian has stopped screaming.
Yeah, he's kind of screamed his last scream.
Detective, can you take this? You saw this happen. Can you? I need to. Lucas. Hey,
Right.
Lucas. Shoulder shake.
Oh, fuck. The detective is bad. He's like, right, I should probably confess. I didn't realize how fucked up you all were. So don't worry. The body's actually. Say, I didn't leave it here. I'm not some idiot. I just placed a mannequin. It was meant to scare you. This wasn't meant to happen.
This is what I said. He brought us here to scare us, just like
25 years ago.
and now someone's dead.
You put the mannequin there to scare us?
Yeah, because I didn't realize you were actually. I thought it was all made up. I didn't realize you were actually fucked up.
Did Chris put you up to this? Did he tell you
put
to
my
do this?
fist right in the middle of his face as hard as I can at this point.
Okay. Yeah, he will try to dodge, but with a disadvantage because
You got a
that's
12.
taken. Well, I'm not going to roll that disadvantage because I got an 81 anyway. So
I'm decking the fucker.
yeah, I'm not even going to get to. You just straight up. He's not expecting it, so he just goes straight down. Straight down, knocked out.
Lucas, that was a stupid thing to do. Thank you. It was also the right thing to do.
Deserve. Let's get the fuck out of here.
So the corpse is a mannequin. Was this really Brian though? Because I don't
That's
understand.
what I wanted to look at. Yeah.
I don't understand why he would. That fire didn't seem natural.
Let's haul him out of the water. It seemed like he was sprayed with chemical that made him.
I don't. Yeah. Lucas,
fuck is Will?
Am I Keeper? Am I burned?
No, the sensation's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Luke, do you want to try to go find Will while we look at this body?
I mean,
Yeah.
fuck. Maybe Will's burned up too.
Yeah, we should check on him. Jesus. I'm gonna take the.
When
Brian.
I get to the bungalow, I'm yelling, Will, where are you? And I'm then walking deeper into the house.
Okay, so by this point, at least an hour or so has gone. So Will, you would have got quite a bit of information out of that. But you will hear Lucas, he is yelling for you. So Danny, before we go to that, Danny, I just need to point out, very briefly after Brian's body was taken out, you have a brief moment of like blacking out, and you find that your hand is like this in front of you.
Yeah. I've had nightmares like that.
Danny, you all right?
Are any of us all right?
That's true. Did you get burned?
I
have my kit.
I thought I did.
Do you need some help?
I thought I did. It looks fine. I feel like,
Okay.
I'm not sure that was really Brian, and I'm not sure that was really fire.
I say we need look. If Chris is a painter, he probably has paint thinner around, which is probably the accelerant that was used, and that's why we couldn't put out the fire. But let's unwrap this. Maybe it's not even Brian.
Okay, so before we unwrap, we'll go to Lucas and Will very quickly.
Will, where are you?
So I'll put my book on the table and, piece of paper in to, mark my spot. And I'll go unlock the door and open it up just a little bit to look at Lucas. What?
Brian is dead.
What?
And we're suspecting now this whole thing is a setup. I just decked the fucking detective. He had a man. Just come with me. This is fucking insane. I'm starting to think now that Chris set something up to try to scare us, and Brian's dead.
I go back and get the book, tuck it under my arm, and follow Lucas.
And I'm ahead, so I'm not looking back to see the book.
Okay. So yeah, you guys go on ahead. But first, Will, you can actually do me a power roll for your reading of this for me.
Not a good roll. Let me check my POW. Yeah, that's a fail.
Okay. That's fine. No, that's fine. We'll come back. So yeah, you two are on your way. So meanwhile, back to the other three, because you will be unraveling. So as you unravel, you see the very, very burnt corpse of Brian. It is Brian. You can tell, even though he's burnt, he has a tattoo here, and even though it's burnt, you can still see it. You can still see outlines of that tattoo.
Sweet goddamned idiot! How the hell did he get himself lit on fire like that?
Is the detective coming to? Is he? I'm assuming he's not passed out.
No, the detective's coming up and it's like.
Did Chris put you up to this? Was this some sick joke that Chris had you do?
No, right. Chris left me some notes on each of you, right? Just about certain things so that I knew bits. I thought he had made it up, so I decided to play a little prank with the mannequin. I actually sent the body off to an actual crime lab in Antigua. So I'm not an idiot. I just wanted to, play a prank.
That's debatable.
Wow.
And
so
see, a man's
you're
dead
answerable for this man's death, right? You understand that?
Well, this man, technically, I can't investigate his murder because I was the last person to see him before.
Yeah, right. Technically, you can't.
And what, did he just walk away from you when you came over here?
Yeah, he walked off. He just walked off. He walked off the other way. He said he was going to go to the to where you guys are staying, so in the guest house.
As Will and I are walking up, I'm like, yeah, we only have your word for that. You are suspect number one.
What the hell? Brian's dead?
Does he smell? Is there a chemical smell? Can we tell what they used on him?
Smells like barbecue.
That's the thing. There is a chemical smell, but there's also like a normal burning smell.
Well,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of it looks like it's a. It looks weird. It looks weird to you. That's all. Oh, you couldn't really tell unless you were in that field. Not even Jess's medical background could probably help here.
Former detective Hank, he ran past the studio. Let's see if there's burnt grass. Let's see if we can find where he got this accelerant on him.
Does the detective have a gun? I'm taking it away from him.
If you go near him with a gun, he will try to push you back.
Oh, I just like put my hand on him and say, I will beat the fuck out of you. I'm taking your fucking gun.
And he goes, I will shoot you.
I'm gonna punch him in the face. Before he can do it, I'll put my hand on his arm.
Well, he just gonna ill.
This guy is the primary suspect at this point. He murdered Brian.
Yeah, as far as you're aware, yeah.
Oh fuck! I got a 99.
Okay, yeah, you go for it, and he straight up like grabs your arm and puts you to the ground.
All right.
Dan,
Surprise.
Danny, you had this whole theory about the actors. What if, just bear with me a minute. What if this man is an actor too? What if Chris isn't really dead and this is all a joke and he's trying to scare us and fucking Brian's dead now?
Right.
No one's seen a body. We haven't seen a body. There's a mannequin.
The detective just hides it. Yes, I was a bit out of hand. Chris kind of rubbed off on me. He started in his maniac being a bit pranky, and it's rubbed off on me. And I don't know. I didn't think. I thought I'd play a harmless prank on you guys.
You're a lunatic.
Loom, TJ, and Gab.
All of you. You're all crazy. I'm crazy to be here. So Will starts walking off to the guest house.
Where have you been all afternoon?
He was in the library.
So he wasn't.
I don't know why. Can I do a spot hidden as he's walking away to see if he has that book?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, no, I'm way too upset. I'm saying, get the other 3 actors out here, show them the body, and then surely they'll admit that they were actors at that point,
this is
right?
Pretty deadly goddamn serious.
At the minute anyway, because they're all out there anyway, because Tyler jumped in there with you guys into the water to try and help you.
Are you actors? Were you hired?
No, we're not fucking actors. How are you going on about this? How do I not know that you're pulling pranks on us?
Well, the dead body is a big tip-off.
Because if you're actors and you don't tell us you're actors, you're culpable for this.
Well, regardless, I mean, there's some kind of...
I'm not an actor.
Okay.
They're not actors. We're real people.
Well, Brian's not an actor, and he's dead.
Another weird shit's going around in this place. I don't like any of it.
Gibson, what do we do? Are there police? Or who the hell do we call now?
Oh, I'll have to report to Antigua and see if they can get another officer out here or 2.
Well, we're going to accompany you while you do that, because is our phone here?
Yeah. Yeah, you can watch me do it, yes.
Yeah, we don't trust you.
I know you don't. I shouldn't have played a prank. I meant to be a detective. I just thought it'd be, lighthearted. I didn't realize one of your friends was going to get set on fire and jump through a window, and
How is having a friend be shot twice lighthearted?
It's not, but I thought it might. I didn't think it might cheer you. I was just having one of those. I don't know. I thought you might be as crazy as him. So.
Unprofessional.
Yes, I am human after all.
All right, so let's go inside, and you can call whoever it is that radios whoever it is that gets somebody who's an actual adult here to deal with the fact that there's another murder.
Okay, so yeah, he gets on the phone. He's on the phone. He rings through, and he gets off a phone, and who's in there with him? Who actually is in there?
I'm standing right next to him.
Lucas, you're with him.
I never left the studio.
Danny, okay. So I'll come back to you two in a second. Will, I'm going to respond to your message in just a second. Jess and Melissa, what are you up to?
I'm going to go check on Melissa. Since she never came to the pool side, I'm going to go check on her. She's distraught.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
are you feeling a little bit better, Mel?
I don't know. This place is just, it's bringing back some bad stuff for me. And I spent a long time trying to get better. And
I know.
This is just,
I don't know what the hell is that detective's problem. A prank to do a mannequin of a dead friend. What is his, and Will's acting very weird. This place is bringing out the worst in all of us. I swear to God.
They said that Chris was acting strangely to begin with, and this just feels too much like that night 25 years ago.
You're right. It does. Like a prank just gone too far.
It really just has that feeling.
I'm wondering, did Josh, did Brian come running from the tree line? Do we kind of have an idea of where he came from?
Oh yeah, there's tracks. Right. There's burns.
I saw someone, I think I saw someone in the tree line, and Lucas did too. I think I'm going to go take a walk around, Mel, and just see if we can find somebody or evidence that somebody's been around. If you want to come with, you can, but if not, that's okay.
I have some
weird.
I have something here I want to take a closer look at.
Okay. So yeah, I'm going to just kind of walk around the tree lines if I see anything.
Okay, Jess, you're doing that. Melissa, I'll stick with you. What are you doing? What I think you're going to do?
Yeah. So I'm taking a look at this slat, and I'm going to start, trying to lift it and kind of fiddle it and look at it, and kind of muttering to myself, is there a camera here? If this is a prank, maybe there's a camera, they're recording this, or I don't know.
So as you go in there is kind of it's better. Might as well. It's basically a briefcase in that slat. It's quite a long slat. There's a briefcase down there.
Okay, so I'm going to pull the briefcase out and take a good look at it. Can I open it, or is it locked?
Yeah, you can open it. Yeah, you can. It appears there was there was kind of a combination lock on here or something along here, but someone's been in this, not recently, but it hasn't been closed properly. So
wonder if there's a camera or some sort of recording device in here. I just open it up.
Okay, so if you open that up, Jess, you're walking around the perimeter. Do me a spot hidden, please, Jess.
I will spin the luck to make that a success.
Okay. So you will see two things. First off, you will see someone, you see a little flash, a camera flash, because it is getting darker now as well. You see a little camera flash, and then you do see someone bolt off towards the direction that you going by where you are at this point, in the direction where that research camp is. Going off where you were told, in that direction.
Yeah. And I'm going to call after them. Hey, come back here. And I'll start running after them.
This works well for the second thing that you see. So as you're running after them, you are stopped dead in your tracks as you get another one of those bursts at you, and it's just Abby's face, skeletal face, just staring at you, and she's like, "You killed me. You did this. You," and her little hands start to grab your neck, and they squeeze, and you do start to choke, and then with a blink, it's gone.
Sanity roll.
Sanity.
That's barely a pass. Barely a pass. Right on the nose.
Okay, lose a D4 for me.
2.
Okay. So, yeah, in the land of Melissa, back to Melissa, you open that briefcase and there is a book. A weird leather-bound book in there. And various other notes and bits and bobs, like little tokens. They're all like bits that you all might have dropped that night. Maybe a bit of clothing or something like that. Just maybe just something that belonged to each of you that night that you might have dropped in the panic. It's in this briefcase.
This is so strange. Why would he have kept any of this?
And yeah, what are you doing with the briefcase?
I'm gonna take a look at the notes to start with.
Okay, so these notes seem to be detailed notations of everyone's involvement in that night, Melissa. So I will detail what you read to you in just a second. But also, one of the things you read is that Chris was heavily into the occult stuff. He was very heavily into that, and you knew that Jess may have had a phase of that, but Chris didn't seem like that kind of guy. He kept to himself, and no, it seems there's heavy notations of this, and it links. He keeps mentioning this leather-bound book that he found, and you assume it's this leather-bound book here. But before we continue that, we will go to Danny and Lucas. So Danny and Lucas, you are right there staring at the detective, so you will not miss this. So nothing. So the detective is there, and he's just like, right, it's done. They're on their way, okay? They're going to be on their way. They're going to send. You can do whatever. I'll even say that I played a prank. They probably won't fire me. They'll put me on desk duty or whatever. But they're on their way. Unless, like you guys assume, they find out that I caused the death of this man, which I did not.
How long before they get here?
Well, it's nighttime, and depends on the seat. They'll probably be here tomorrow afternoon.
They shouldn't have a helicopter situation for a homicide.
Resources.
Yeah.
If it was like all of us were getting murdered one by one and there was more bodies, they would probably prioritize. But
is it worth a psychology roll or anything to see if we believe the detective's phone call, or was it pretty...
Yeah, you can do me a psychology.
Let me see if I can get this kitten off of my dice. Excuse me, kitten.
What a strange thing to say, Danny. Is that a euphemism for...
A strange night. Sorry, kitten. Ow! Kitten revenge. Real kitten. Not all here. Hi, baby. Sorry, I just wanted to roll the dice. I failed my psychology roll, so
okay,
that was not worth the small injury.
So he is he's there. You're trying to figure out what happened. Then all of a sudden, both of you will just see he's about to say a word, and then his whole head just twists around as his head is just like snapped right in front of you, but there's nothing there. So it just twists. And he starts walking forward and he falls, and you just see his face is facing up, but his back is towards you. And he's just dead in front of you.
I grab a hold of Danny, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
what the fuck?
You could do me sanity, Ross.
Yeah. At an 11. I'm kind of glad he's dead. That's what you're pranking us.
But I failed with 64.
Okay. A fail is a D6 and a pass is a D3.
Right.
Just 1 point.
Just 2 points.
Okay.
Danny.
Callous. I mean, we did just deal with our friend Brian dying in our arms.
However, Danny, you still failed though. You might not have rolled high. Something will occur, but I will come back to you in a second. Will, you...
Can I have a quick conversation though with Danny?
Yeah, you can have a quick conversation, yeah.
Okay.
Because it'll take a couple of seconds.
Danny, there's something that I've been thinking about ever since we got here that I haven't thought about in years. But part of the prank 25 years ago, Will had a book. And he started reading from the book. And when he did, I blacked out. But before I blacked out, I saw Will kind of get thrown across the room. And when I came to, Rebecca was dead. And Will was running from something. And he grabbed me. And we got on the other side of the door. We slammed it shut and leaned against it. And something was on the other side of it.
What kind?
I
Was Rebecca dead like this? Like her head twisted around?
She was torn apart. And all I can think of is Will had something to do with it. Will in that book.
That's the book he went back and took. How did it get in
What do you
Nick's
mean?
house?
He went back.
Didn't he say that he went back for the book and that's how Nick's mom died?
I thought that he stole it from her.
Maybe, I don't know. I didn't know it. Honestly, I didn't know a lot about the plan.
Will has been very secretive while we're here.
Yeah. Will's got something to hide. We're not going to be able to explain any of this. If this guy was really a detective and there are authorities coming, we've got a charred person and this person whose head's been
Detective's dead.
neck's been broken.
And I've got a criminal record.
Yeah, and I've got a contract to do a TV series, and that's not going to happen. I'm in some weird prison in the Caribbean. If we get off this fucking island.
I want to make sure that something, there was nothing that twisted his head around. His head was.
It was like he did it himself. It was like he,
And Brian was by himself, and all of a sudden he bursts into flame and comes jumping through our window.
And nothing would make it go out. But I'm not burned.
If I believed in the supernatural, I'd say there's some witchcraft going on here.
I think we've all been drugged.
That's possible. Let's go find the others. Tell them what happened. All right.
So, just before I go to Will, Danny, throughout this, you will have been moving around like Lucas and doing a few bits. I'll message you what you've been doing. You haven't even been realizing you've been doing it, but I'll message you in just a second. Will, you are there with a book. Round a table, or whatever, however you want to do this. And
just right on the bed that I'm in. Yeah, I'm sitting on.
Yeah, you can easily do. Are you gonna try imitate exactly what you did 25 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay. So you do that without any issue at all. You can do me a power roll there.
I am successful. Standard.
Okay. So you start to do what you did. You read it, and the more you read it, just kind of because you can hear it, and the amount of time that you had reading it anyway, you did come across a way to. You did read a passage of how to stop this, and the title of what you did is called The Curse of Fear.
Okay.
And when you do that, when you start saying it all over again, the room goes black like it did before, and there are two red eyes that appear in front of you. And you just hear a voice. You can't re-summon what is already summoned, Mr. Reed.
I look at it and I'll hold the book as I'm reading the passage, and I'll kind of look up at it and look back down at the book, and I'll complete the passage, and then I invoke, and I'll say, I call upon you and invoke you for Lucas Fellows, Jess Scott, Melissa Michaels, Danny Delaney. And I just try and pour all my energy into that.
Okay. And you're trying. You're trying.
And Liam Bryn, Tyler Jackson, Gabby DeGoss, the whore.
Yeah, you are trying, and it's just the eyes are growing larger and larger, and you don't get it, my friend. I've already been summoned. I've been here for a long time. I've been your fear, the thing in the back of your head. I've been with all of you.
I want to try and invoke that stop passage then. Try and get it off my back.
So with that, you don't fully understand that passage properly. You still need to read it properly. And there are different rituals, which you gather from having a quick glance, because you are stressing out because these eyes are getting bigger. It's like... You can try to stop me. And this room goes light again, and it's gone.
Shit. And I'll try and find all the right words again.
Yeah. So, Will, you could do me an idea roll, because from that and just everything, you could kind of...
I have a really great intelligence. No idea.
Okay, no, you have no idea. It's frazzled your mind, that has. Like, you're even not going to roll a sanity. You will lose 1d6 points of sanity.
Oh, there it is. 5.
Okay. Well, do me an intelligence roll.
Like I said, I have a really good intelligence. Maybe I'll have the bad idea like this. I did. I rolled an 82.
Okay. No, that's good. So you're gonna keep reading that book.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if I can't make it a weapon, I'm going to try and turn it off.
Yeah. No, go reading through it. If it's already been attached to you, so if you're reading through the classics,
that's what's been looking over my shoulder this whole time. Okay.
Yeah, that's what's been with you this entire time.
All right. I'm going to try and find the passage and turn it off just for myself.
Oh. And you can do that. So yeah. So Danny and Lucas, to you two first. Lucas, you just kind of been chatting to Danny and not been paying too much attention. But Danny has a knife in his hand now. Throughout this whole speech, Danny's got a knife in his hand.
Well, I don't blame him for having some protection.
Danny, do me a power roll for me, please.
What could possibly go wrong? $93.
Okay, Danny. Roll to hit Lucas for me, please.
Can I tell him I'm sorry?
Yeah, you can say it. Lucas, what are you doing? Like, Danny is basically lunging at you.
I'm wanting to go get everybody together away from where Will is. I don't trust Will all of a sudden, so I am not paying attention to Danny at all.
Okay.
I have a knife skill on my sheet for weapons with no numbers on it.
Oh,
My regular unarmed is 62, and I just rolled a 26.
Okay, so
Pretty low roll.
yeah, I need. I didn't. Has anyone got the weapon sheet for a knife? Because
Knife is a brawl. Yeah, knife is a brawl skill.
Yeah,
so
brawl.
whatever your
brawl
brawl
base
is.
is 25 if you don't
And
have
it's
any other skill in it.
1d4.
Oh, yeah, my
plus
fighting
2.
brawl is 62.
Ooh.
So you have a 62
yeah.
knife.
So I've just had a hard success.
And it does a 1d4 plus 2 plus your damage bonus.
Yeah, that's what I
Size
meant. The
of
damage.
knife.
I knew it was a
Yes.
brawl. I just the damage I didn't know. Off by
Where are you
heart.
going to stick it?
Oh, well, you were turned away from me. So
Yeah.
back, trying to avoid the sternum, get near the spine so I can hit an organ.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm not even trying to defend
You know.
myself. So. I mean, I don't know this.
Right. And you said it was a 1d4 plus something,
1d4 plus 2 plus your damage bonus.
which is also 1d4. Where did that go? Did the
Oof,
kitten?
you're a beefy.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I'm a Hollywood star, man.
Don't mess with the rock.
All right. That's a 4 and a 3.
8, 9 points.
7, right?
Well, it's d4 plus 2
Oh, right.
plus your damage. So
Nice.
what the fuck? It was just once.
Well, you don't know about 25 years ago.
What the Danny? What the? That's only. I still got. I've still got 5 points left, but that's definitely a critical.
Sorry, Luke. I'm sorry, Luke. I'm sorry.
What the? Why?
I'm sorry, Nick. I'm sorry, Abby. I'm sorry, Luke. I'm sorry.
Did you leave the knife in, or?
He would have pulled it back out.
Okay, I probably fall to the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably did.
I'm trying to get away from you. Danny,
You took more than half your.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
it was,
There you are.
you. You're the one.
It's all of us.
So, leaving you two for just a second, Melissa, you get to find out everything that happened that night. So obviously you know about Danny. You know that Danny killed Nick, stabbed him like over 20 times before the fire even happened, just because they were having an argument. Then he hit Danny to one side, and then he started to assault you again, but Danny stepped in and stabbed him. You now know that Jess played hide and seek with Abby, and Abby hid in the crawl space, and Jess couldn't find her when the fire was going, and Jess watched Abby burn to death. You know that Will broke into Nick's house with James, accidentally causing his mother to have a heart attack, steals the book. Then he uses the book to, it's in quotations in the letter as well, to summon something. And in a little notation from Chris, it says, he didn't summon anything, I did. And you know that Lucas doesn't even know this, and neither does Will, because they blacked out. They only know bits of it, but from this note, Lucas actually choked Rebecca to death. He did kill Rebecca. But the creature that was summoned ripped her to shreds when it came out. And Will, nothing other than summoning this creature, Will didn't actually do anything other than accidentally kill Nick's mother. And, well, Brian started the fire. He was meant to stay underground. And, he messed around with the old generator because the man who owned it didn't trust any electricity or anything, so he used his own generator. And Brian messed around with it, and the generator started a fire because it's fucking old. And so Brian accidentally caused a fire, which set everything in motion. And you've just learned all of that.
This about a creature? Something was summoned? None of this makes any sense. And I can't believe he has these. How would he even know most of this? And then I'm going to take a look at this book.
Okay. Well, with this, you can do me a look roll. We'll leave this to look. But again, if you type that to me, your response, because I will go to Jess. Jess, you are running. Mm-hmm. You are running
after that guy, or that person.
I'm running. Do me a dex roll, please.
Oh, that's probably not a success, but let me double check. 79. Yeah, my dex is 65. That's a fail.
No, you lose whoever it was. You lose them. You kind of got to a point where you don't know which direction they went, and you feel like you might be a tiny bit lost.
Okay, I'm going to turn around and head back to the house with the logic that I could always get like Obi to walk me to that research center.
Yeah.
And someone who knows the way or something. Yeah.
And you can backpedal on some of your footsteps anyway.
Right.
Like you were leaving some footsteps. But yeah. So yeah, you'll end up going back. Meanwhile, Will, I need you to do me a power roll, actually, Will. But again, can you type that, your response to me, and we'll come to that. So Lucas and Danny, back to you two.
Danny, I've known you since I was 5. Why? Why are you trying? Don't kill me.
Danny, do me a power roll for me.
Yeah. 79.
Oh no.
Still a failure.
Okay.
Again, willpower is not, he's an actor.
Okay.
And the blade is now wet.
Yeah, you're probably, In that you will...
Method actor.
Yeah. Sorry, Lucas.
I probably don't have the strength to stop.
You probably don't, but it's entirely up to you, really, if you want to attempt to...
I'll attempt to.
It'd probably be with a disadvantage, because it'll definitely be with a disadvantage because of how...
All right. So this is brawl.
But I'm all for feeling a little less... I want to murder everyone.
I don't even know where I got the knife.
A passing a fail.
Okay.
So I managed to sort of fend him off for a second, and then he jabs again.
Yeah, Danny, you have not a clue where you got the knife from, because you just did it instinctively. So yeah, Danny, you just stab him down.
Roll for damage.
Roll for that damage, Danny.
And I compose myself on the ground.
3 and 1 plus 2 is 6.
Yeah, that kills me. So
Okay. Lou, so you just stabbed Lou. You probably keep going. You keep going.
I mean, why not?
And I need you to do me another power roll. Sure. Just over power rolls. We love a good power roll.
We do. 43 is my first success on power.
Okay. Is it just a regular success?
Just regular.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. We'll come to that bit in just a second.
Is that when I can drop the knife?
You've still got the knife in your hand. I'm afraid. Will, you are trying to envelop this like really quickly. You are trying to take everything in. Do me an intelligence roll.
Yes.
Okay.
It is a hard success.
Okay, you have consumed this. All of it. You've been doing it so quickly. You've been going through all of this. You are going to lose 4 points of sanity. Because I just want to... Your intentions are to lift it from you. Just yourself.
Just myself.
Just yourself. Okay. You will also expend 6 magic points.
Done.
And yeah, we're going to leave this not fully to luck, but you are going to roll me a luck roll for me. It's not really, it's going to work. Yeah.
Huh. There's a 93.
Okay. So, Will, you will actually lift this. You will lift it. But you won't know straight away. But we'll come to that. So you're there. You're all cool in that room. Melissa. You're at the book, and you've looking at notes and everything. He had plans anyway of how to reverse this, so you actually have the written down form of how to reverse this and the correct way to do it. But I need you to do me a dodge roll.
I'm going to spend 11 to make it a hard.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, you dodge as the desk in this thing just comes flying at you. In this room comes flying at you, but you manage to duck out of the way. And the room has gone dark. And you start hearing a very familiar voice, which is Nick. And he's just like, Melissa, I'm coming for you, Melissa.
No, you can't. No.
Okay. Do me a power roll for me, Melissa.
Oh, that's terrible. That's a 91.
Okay. Yeah, you can see him by the door, but it's almost like you can feel him touching you and you just feel awful. Everything is flooding back. And Jess, you come back. Where are you going when you come back?
I'm just gonna walk into the house and kind of like open the door, and as I'm walking in, say, I think I saw someone out in the tree line at the research center. I'm gonna see if I can get Obi to walk me over there. I think that's really suspicious.
Okay, as you're saying this out loud, you're probably not paying attention. Danny, you are out of it, by the way. Now, you are completely out of it. But when Jess walks in, you are covered in blood. You're over the body of Tyler. And Jess sees 5 bodies, because of the detective, all brutally, stabbed. And you're just over, but you're completely out of it.
Danny, what the fuck? And I'm backing away. Danny, what did you do?
Out of it, meaning out of the fog or out of my mind?
You're out of the fog. You're out of that fog. The knife probably drops out your hand.
I don't... Did the detective, his head it was ripped around in a circle. Lucas saw it too.
Oh, okay. And I'm just I'm going to run. I'm running toward the guest house.
Jess? Lucas saw it too.
Yeah. Danny, you are probably now... Well, no, you're not probably. You are broken down. It's probably got far too much for you. Everything just... You can do however you want, whatever you think your character would do.
Yeah. I can't go back. I'm sorry, Victoria.
Okay. And Jess, you go to the guest house and open the door, and you see Will. Will is out of his room.
Oh, God, Will, thank God.
Happy.
Danny, I don't even know. Danny, I think he killed Lucas. The detective's dead. Is there a phone in here? We need to call for help. Have you seen Mel? Jesus, I don't know where she is either.
Everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Just relax. Go have a seat in your room. Everything's going to be fine.
We need to call someone, Will.
Yep.
Danny killed Lucas, and I think he killed the detective too.
Yep, that's probably about right.
Probably about right. What has been wrong with you today?
Do you feel the shadows closing in?
Do I feel anything, Josh? Does it feel different to me?
Now that you're in there, even when you come back, you did feel like there's something following you, and obviously the problem thing that's been following you for the past 25 years is
Sure.
Abby, and literally actually stood next to Will. Will doesn't even notice this, but holding one of Will's hands is the skeletal body of Abby. But obviously Will can't see this, but you can see this. She's got a little pink balloon in her hand, little pink bow tie, bow clip, hair clip. Yeah.
Do I need to make a sanity roll for that one?
No, you're going to lose 4. You're going to lose 4.
Everything's
What the
going to
hell's
be
going on
okay.
here? We need to get off this island.
Yep.
I am seeing things. We need to leave, Will. We need to get out of here.
You need to just go lay down. Everything's going to be okay.
No, I need to go find Mel. I'm scared that something's gotten her too, or maybe Danny killed her. Look, I'm gonna go. If she's not in here, I'm gonna go find her.
Okay.
It's going to be okay.
Call the police, Will. Call the police.
Okay, sure. I'll go call the police.
Thank you.
Okay. So, Will, what are you actually going to call the police for?
Oh, I was going to message you. So I'll walk to the house. I'll go into the house. I'll go through the house. I'll go out the front door. And I'm just going to start walking the road back to the main town.
Okay.
I just leave all my things behind. I've got my wallet on me. I have my book under my arm. And I just start walking to town. Feeling lighter than I haven't felt in years.
Yeah.
Like all that is just being left behind, and I'm just going to let all them burn for it. And I'm just going to go. I'm just going to walk away.
Okay. So, Jess, where are you going?
I last left Melissa at the not the guest house, the studio. So I'm going to head that way and see if I can find her. Just get away from here.
Okay.
And I'm calling like, Mel, are you here?
You'll hear some noise coming from the studio, but first you can do me a power roll for me.
I'm guessing that's a failure. I'm correct. That is a failure.
Okay. So again, everywhere goes dark for you. And you just see loads of little girls running around you, the same. Abby, just loads of them running around you in circles, getting faster and faster and faster and faster. And they all like lunge at you. Can you do me a dodge roll for me?
Sure.
But it's more of a
Oh no, that's a
duck roll
94.
or
That's a 94.
Okay. Okay, so now, because you failed that, I need a power roll from you, please.
Another power roll, sorry.
Yeah, another power
Okay,
roll.
just make sure.
Yes, another power roll.
Oh, that's a 9. So yes.
Okay. So you're going to take 5 points of damage.
Oof.
You're taking 5 points of damage as you are left with these like hand marks, like burns on you. But you are out of that darkness, but you are close. You are literally right at the door of the studio, and you can see Melissa is there up against a wall, and there's like a book by her feet.
Do I recognize that book?
Looks familiar, different
Gotcha.
different binding,
Different
but
binding,
looks
okay.
familiar.
Jesus, Mel, we got to get out of here. I don't even have time to explain. We just need to leave. Come on, let's get out of here. Will's gone. I think he called the police. Lucas is dead.
Mel, another power roll for me, please, Mel, because you are slowly
It's a pass.
reliving everything. Okay, no, I think we could say Jess's words kind of snap you out of it, and you come out of it, but you still see Nick in this room. And for both of you, the room is slightly dimmer. And there's red eyes coming through the windows. And the room is getting colder. And Jess, you start hearing the laughter of the little girls. Melissa, you start hearing Nick's voice calling after you.
We got to get out of here. We've got to get out of here. I don't know what this is.
There's something really wrong here. Do you see Nick is here? Do you see him?
No, but I see Abby. I don't know what's happening. Let's go. Let's go. That book. That almost looks like the book from that night.
I'll pick it up. Let's get it and go. And I hand it to Jess and then start running out of the studio.
Okay. So as you're both running, do me dex rolls for me, please.
No, that's a failure.
It's a pass.
Okay. So as you guys are running, Jess, you fall to the ground and drop the book. The book will kind of slide off on the grass a bit. Mel, you will see the book slide off. You'll see Jess fall to the ground, and Jess is pulled back into you.
Mel! Mel!
Jess, do me a dog's roll, or so it's not really a fight back roll, but it's more. You could do me a fight back roll, but it's not a normal.
That actually, that's a hard success.
Okay, no, that yeah. So yeah, you managed to whatever's going on, you managed to wriggle out of it, and you're not back on your feet. You are crawling because you are still feeling this weight, trying to weight like it's weighing you down, but you are crawling. Melissa, what are you doing?
I'm going to run towards Jess and try to grab her hands and pull her towards me.
Okay. Do me a strength roll for me, Mel. And Jess, you can do me one as well, Jess. Both of you can do me one. Why not?
That's a 93.
94. Rolling hot.
Okay. Okay, so because Jess, you just get pulled straight back in. And again, you could do me a fight back roll. I'll give you a few chance.
That's another hard success.
Well, I got an 02.
Oh no, you beat me then.
Yeah. So Mel, as you are trying to help Jess, you just get this spray of blood just cover you. As when the light gets lighter in there, and you just see, well, there's nothing of Jess, just her shoes, glasses. There's nothing there.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Sand roll. And that is, I'll spend 4 luck to succeed.
Okay.
So it's a pass.
That's fine. That's fine by me. It's perfectly fine. So yeah, you can still take a D6 for me. You are struggling anyway, so.
That's a 1.
Okay. Yeah. You take 1, you're very shaken. You are incredibly shaken. You are probably the most damaged out of everyone anyway, so broken. But yeah, so what are you doing? You still have control of yourself. Very little, but you still have control.
So I'm going to go back to the book and I'm going to pick it up, shaking, and I'm just going to turn around and run away from the studio.
Okay. You're just going to run.
Mm-hmm. And around the house towards the front of the house.
Okay. Do me a dex roll for me, please.
I'll spend 2 to make that a hard.
Yeah, you get without any trouble. You are hearing Nick's voice, though. It is echoing around, but it's not catching up with you.
Oh, gotta get away.
And you're at the front of the house, book in hand.
Do I see any cars out front? Is the detective's car out still?
The detective's car is still here.
Okay. So I'm going to run up to it and try to see if the door's open, if there are keys anywhere, see if there's any way to get in this car and leave this place.
Yeah, you can. The detectives weren't exactly the smartest of person, so you could get in the door, and his keys are like up here, so you can put down, get it.
All right. So, I'm going to start the car and then I'm going to floor it and leave this place, fly down this road. I'm heading back to the airport. I want to get out of this place.
Okay. You'll technically catch up with Will in this because Will's going down the road. But Will, I will come to you first, Will, because there is a small little segment here. So because he does come and does his check. So, Will, you run into Obi as he's walking up, and he's, "Are you okay? Are you okay?"
Yeah. Things are really great now. Things are really great.
You're not staying up with the others?
Nah.
It's nighttime. She's coming to do my checks.
Yeah, everything's going to be okay.
Okay.
Everything's going to be okay.
Okay, my friend. You be safe. And he starts to walk off, but he goes to one side, starts walking off, and he gets a bit further up, and Melissa, you come zooming past Obi, and you probably don't even notice him because he's to one side. So, Will, how were you in the road? How were you on the dirt path? Were you to one side?
I mean, no, he doesn't have a care in the world. He's probably walking right down the middle.
Okay, so Melissa, do me a drive roll for me, please.
That's a pass.
Okay.
Oh, pity.
Will. Okay, that's a pass. Well, how aware would you be to anything around you? How aware do you feel you would be, your character-wise, at this point? You're so free.
Oh, me? I thought you meant her behind me.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I don't know. I might have some awareness, but yeah, I'm just feeling like I haven't felt this good in over 2 decades. So yeah, I feel bulletproof, really.
Okay, so you feel a car go straight past you as it just dogs you. Melissa, your reflexes, you managed to swerve. You don't know what was there. You're just too focused. Will, you do, however, get hit by one of the side mirrors. Kind of just hits you. But you fall back a little bit and you just get straight back up, you know.
All right.
Continue walking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy drivers.
So yeah, Will you continue walking? Mel, you will get there. You'll get to the front. I want you to do me a power roll for me. This is kind of a final power roll.
That is a pass.
Okay. And in that case, you can do me an intelligence roll for me.
And that is also a pass.
And you can roll me a D10 for me.
7.
Okay. Okay, just like Will, you both will leave the island. And you will still be followed, Melissa. You'll be followed by this. But in 7 months, unless Will decides to help you out, which I doubt it, you will be able to, as long as you're still alive by the end of it, you will be able to figure out how to fully understand and follow the instructions properly. And you may get rid of the fear. But you and Will both survived.
Okay.
Basically, there you go. And that was the burden.
Cool. So explain a little to us about what actually was going on.
So basically, Chris hated you all. Chris hated every single one of you, really. He was a very, very, you know how it is. The nice guys are usually, you know how the cliche goes, nice guys are usually like really fucking.
Why do you hate me?
And he kind of just used his niceness to gain everyone's trust. He kind of acted as your father figure, so he knew a lot about you, and he was heavily into the occult. So he managed to found a book. The scenario doesn't detail where he found it. I would assume he maybe found it in an old auction, abandoned house, or somewhere like that. He found it and he studied it for a long time, and he took advantage of the night you were playing a prank on Nick, and he summoned the demon that Will was trying to accidentally summon. And which was the fear, which not a Lovecraftian entity specifically, but it's the fear. It's the living embodiment of fear, basically. So it's an interesting. So that's really what happened, and I explained what happened at the night when Melissa read everything. So I don't really need to go over that too much. So
it was really good, fun game.
Yeah, there you
Our
go.
players included Holly Buteau, John Hook, David Gasway, Lindsay Thompson, and myself with Josh Harwood as the keeper of the secrets. We have a Discord server where you can chat with our other members. You can set up private games. You can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. There's a link below. We currently produce 4 shows a week with music and sound effects added in post-production. In order to create a richer listener experience, we provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. The costs fall with the show are provided almost entirely by our patrons. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. We have a new patron, Zachary Anaya. I hope I pronounced that correctly. He's contributing $5 a month to our channel. Thank you so much, Zachary. If you'd also like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 to a month helps us a lot. You can find a link in the description below. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft of the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck, good game.